conclude here at Camden Yards the 25th anniversary year, and the thanks go out to all of the fans who made it a great ballpark. While the Orioles did not reach the heights they had hoped for, the fans did, and we say thank you to them. 25th anniversary, final game coming up now. It's the Orioles on Masson, and we welcome you to this final game at home of the 2017 season. Big crowd expected here on a glorious summer fall afternoon. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. The Orioles indeed trying to wrap one up here at home with a W, and a good time to take a look at exactly what they've done. Oriole Park, 25 years, has been a good place for the Orioles team in terms of wins and losses. Same thing is true this year. Here are the numbers. This season for the Orioles at home, their record ranks 6th in the American League coming into today's play with the 45 wins. They have runs per game 8th. They would like that to be a little better, primarily because they hit so many home runs here. 133, the most in a home yard in the American League. Starter ERA, we go right back to the problem for the entire season. It's existed here at home. The bullpen has gotten its job done. They are 6th. Jim Palmer on the 25th anniversary of this ballpark. A final Sunday here, and still one of the league's great yards.
Well, it really is, and you know, it was kind of the prototype of the modern-day ballpark. You know, going, it's hitter-friendly, it's fan-friendly, it's player-friendly in the sense that great facilities and so on. But you know, I think it's a frustrating year because they played so well at home, 45 and 35. You know, a chance to, you know, be 10 games over 500, but on the road, you know, giving up maybe, 3/4 of a more run than they do here at Camden Yards. So, again, great fan support. It seems like they, you know, even last night's game where you're down 9-1, you make it close, you have the tie-in run on deck. So, again, it's just a team, I think, collectively, the starting pitching is going to be the worst ever in the history of baseball, which is not easy to do. I think it's just been a frustrating year for Roger Mcdowell, pitching coach in his first year, Buck Showalter, who manages, and the pitchers themselves. So, again, you know, it's just one of those years where, you know, for the first time in 5 years, they're not going to be 500 or better. So what do? You start again next year, and you just hope you play well really the week of the season.
And try and match these numbers again next year that they had at home, maybe even a little better, especially with that starter ERA. All right, final game. We'll take a look at the lineups when we come back, as this is the 4th of 4 against the Rays. is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. A sun-drenched crowd coming to the ballpark as the Orioles take the field. Toothbrush holder day. And all the fans getting that. You take a look at the blue skies. I mean, another summer day where the temperature is going to be in the 90s or so. Surprise starter. Chris Tillman has taken Dylan Bundy's place on the mound. Dylan Bundy with a left hamstring strain, and the change made just prior to the game. See the youngsters on this Sunday get to go out and stand with the players during the performance of our national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the brave.
Performance of our national anthem, and the youngsters obviously with a great chance to be out there on the field. What a moment for them on these Sundays when they do that.
Well, a little Trumbo here. I was walking down the hallway, and he looks at me, and there's like about 30 kids there, and he goes, "Jim Palmer, my favorite commentator." And I said, "Well, who brainwashed you?" And then I turned him around and I said, "You led the major league in home run last year." And he said, "Yes, I did."
Yes, I did.
I didn't know he was going to be run out on the field, but in fact, they were all kind of really kind of in awe that they were going to actually do what they just did.
Yeah. And it is a summer day. BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? 89 degrees. Clear skies here at game time. And again, another day with very little breeze. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. 76 wins on the year. Kiermaier, Duda, and Morrison. Dickerson, Hechavarria, Miller, Sucre, Smith, and Robertson. Kevin Kiermaier getting off the DL, coming on strong here in September.
Yeah, and Chris Tillman, I mean, you wanted to see Dylan Bundy pitch, look for win number 14, but Tillman's had one of these years. You know, his first start because of arm injuries all the way back in May. That's his only win of the year. So again, the slider, he's kind of used that, but it's at the end of the day, it's going to, can he throw strike one? He said in a long talk the other day, I actually thought he was going to pitch today, and maybe they'd move Bundy back, but he did his work on Friday just to, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. So he's probably prepared to do what he's doing today. And again, 73 and 55 in an Oriole uniform. So again, I don't know if this will be his last start because he will be a free agent next year, or at least the possibility of going somewhere else. Certainly hope it'll be a good one. Last start came on the 3rd against Toronto. Gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, 4 innings. Orioles would win that ball game in extra innings. Since then, he's had 2 relief appearances covering 3 and the 3rd innings against Cleveland and New York, in and out of the bullpen. So we'll see what he can do here today. He does not have a record against Tampa Bay this year. Lifetime, he is 8-10 against the Rays. 29-year-old right-hander Tillman. And we say a late scratch. It was literally within about a half an hour of game time that the Orioles made the announcement. Kevin Kiermaier will lead it off for Tampa Bay. Both of these ball clubs now mathematically eliminated from the postseason in light of play yesterday. As far as the division's concerned, that ball in the air to right, that is way back. First pitch of the ball game, and goodbye home run. And doesn't that sum up the Orioles season as starters? Yeah. Kevin Kiermaier. Yeah, the starting ERA of over 5.6 runs a game, and of course Kiermaier, as you mentioned, I mean, he's got some home runs. That's number 15, and You know, they signed him to a 6-year, over $50 million deal. I mean, he's a platinum glove outfielder, and I mean, there's a changeup. Right? Well, it looked like a changeup, but it was a fastball, and then he just clobbers it.
Kiermaier delivering his 3rd home run in this ballpark, his 7th lifetime against the Orioles, and the first one he has had this year. Kevin Kiermaier puts him on top on 1 pitch, 1-0. Here is Duda. He's delivered a home run in the series, has 4 RBIs. He'll take the pitch away, and thus begins a first inning for Tillman, which has been just a magnanimous struggle here. He's allowed 20 runs in the first inning this year, and counting this one. Issued 13 walks, and that is the 8th first inning home run he's given up this season. 19 runs coming in, and on the first pitch adds number 20.
Yeah, we were just, again, I didn't know he was going to pitch on Sunday. There was a chance, but we had a long talk, I think Friday afternoon. He was talking about, pitching is feel and touch. And well, even when he makes his pitches, it's just been one of those years, shoulder injury, and then rhythm wind up not there.
Pitch on the way, and that'll be fouled back by Duda. This lineup, which had been put together to face Bundy, is loaded with left-handers. The top 4 are all lefties. Hechavarria, and then you get 2 more lefties towards the bottom. And the left-handers against Tillman hitting .331 now with 6 home runs off him. Pitch will be outside, and Cisco's doing the catching. Buck Showalter saying time to get him in. They've got a week left. Should be a great matchup, and this is when he thought Bundy was throwing, and he really wanted Cisco to have a chance to catch Bundy today. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be ripped into the seats foul. He got that one in far enough, so it had to be pulled.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of your, especially if you're Tampa, because they do. You've documented they've hit more home runs than they've ever hit in a year. They got a lot of left-handers. I mean, they traded for Duda. He's got 30 on the year, 13 with Tampa, 17 with the Mets. But that never usually bothered Chris Tillman. This year, everything bothers him.
That'll be a ground ball into the shift. Hardy was playing on that side of second, and we'll get the out on Duda.
Yeah, take a look at the defense. Mancini, Jones, Hayes, Machado, Hardy, Scope, Davis, and then Chance Cisco will be catching. Yeah, check this out. Human fly. I mean, sticks against the wall. That's a Maria. Of course, Richard Blyer, who was through that pitch, loved it. But I don't know if you'll see a much better play. I don't know if I've seen one in right field any better than that.
One down. Here is Morrison. Logan Morrison has also had a home run in the series. He is 6 for 19 off Tillman. Shift will stay on against him. That'll be fouled back. Talking about all these left-handers, that is not good news for Chris. The on-base percentage by lefties against Tillman this year is .466. It is the highest in baseball. And left-handers have hit .331 against him, which is the 6th highest average in baseball for left-handers. 0-1 count. Tillman's delivery. That will miss up high, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. The Orioles mathematically eliminated from the postseason yesterday with their loss and the Minnesota Twins win. The Twins really bearing down now in that second wild card spot. They got a 4.5 game lead over the Angels, Kansas City, and Texas. High fly ball down the line, and it's going to curve into foul territory in the seats. Really got under that one, and Logan Morrison pulled it foul.
Yeah, that home run, number 37, and I mean, it was a bullet off of Mike Wright, and that was just a slider that he was a little quick on. Yeah, in this series, or at least early on, they put the shift on as they do now, and he's just belted ground balls, but right into the shift, and not a whole lot to show for it.
2 for 9, a home run in this series for Logan Morrison. 4 home runs this season against the Orioles. He picked up an RBI in the ballgame yesterday. First time he's had an RBI since September 4, and he's got 83 of them, tied for the team lead with Evan Longoria. Evan out of the ballgame today, getting a rest. That's how many numbers were put up prior to September by Morrison, that he's able to hang on to that kind of a team leading number. 2-2 delivery on the way, and a breaking ball is going to miss outside. The count will go full 3-2.
And the other thing is he's a pretty good defensive first baseman. Now he will be, along with Lucas Duda, free agents unless they re-sign him. Now they're already talking. Okay, Moreland 1-year deal with the Red Sox. Will he be available? I don't think they would go for Hosmer because he's going to get a big contract. And they throw out Yonder Alonso.
Pitch will be taken away, and that's a walk. For Buck Showalter, the disappointing season. The Orioles cannot finish at 500 either. They'll be below 500. You see the numbers. Got to go back a ways here. Once Buck took over, got things rejuvenated. Team 2012, 93 wins, third place in 13. Then the ALCS lost in 14, 515. 89. Of course, they lost the wild card play-in game, and now this year will be under 500. Runner on at first base. Corey Dickerson up. Dickerson is at a 3 for 12 with an RBI in the series. And the pitch will be taken for a ball. Dickerson getting the start in left field. Another question mark. The outfield will be the position in left. Do they stick with him? Good analysis done today in the St. Pete Times by the beat writer who covers this ball club, who went through all of the positions and what will Tampa Bay do with them next year. And Corey Dickerson was one of the questions. He could be the DH. They got Malik Smith, who's playing a lot. Cesar Puello, who we saw in right field, a great defensive player, great arm. So they're set in two positions in the outfield with Kiermaier and Souza. But the third one's open for discussion. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Breaking ball. Not going to get a call on it, and it'll go to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, in the old days, and again, lifetime, Chris Tillman actually better 257 against lefties, and they've only hit 61 home runs and 2,500 plus at bats. Righties 1 point higher, 94 home runs. He's always been able to get the ball to go down. Now the slider's flat, so it takes a pitch away from him.
2-1, chance for 2. Jonathan Scope. There's 1. J.J. Hardy hustles. Good pick by Davis. They'll get the double play. So that'll do it. Kiermaier led it off with his 15th long ball. The Rays get an early 1-0 lead. For the final one here, and she has come fully decorated. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Mancini, Machado, and Scope, Jones, Davis, and Hayes, Alvarez, Hardy, and Chance Cisco. 3 multi-RBI games in the last 8 for the rookie Austin Hayes.
And Chris Archer. So again, I mean, 4-seam fastball, almost throws his sliders as much. Everybody knows that. Change up, it's a good one. Fastball, average fastballs close to 95 miles per hour. Great arm. And again, the numbers, you know, they don't get him a lot of runs, even though this year they got him over 5.37 runs a game, yet he still has a losing record, has not won in the month of September. 0-4.
And he'll start it out here against Trey Mancini. Trey moves into the leadoff spot in the ball game today. With Beckham out, Hardy's playing it short. 13-game hit streak for Trey. And he will foul that one back. He's continued it with a 4 for 12 in this series. And these are the longest rookie hit streaks since '54 for the Orioles.
Yep. Coggins in '73. I was there. You know, he hit .319 that year. Eddie Murray was in the Hall of Fame. B. Rob Blefary was Rookie of the Year '65 when he did it. Sam Bowens. He actually, Kurt took his place, hurt his hamstring opening day in '65, and a very good outfielder. So, yeah, select company. Guys that have gone on to have very, very good careers.
Trey Mancini, not just a hit streak, but a solid hit streak. More than just a one hit a game thing. Archer's delivery to him, great pitch, a little mustard down and in.
Yeah, take a look at your Mercedes pitch cast. You know, he throws 44% of sliders here. We're kind of thinking in the back of your mind, and he just goes, try to hit this high heat. 97 up and in. The other thing is Trey Mancini is a very, very good fastball hitter.
Archer now has 242 strikeouts. He is third in the league in strikeouts coming into this Sunday play. He had a 9-19 year last year, 9-11 this year. Manny Machado, 6-game hit streak for Manny, 3 for 14, a homer, 3 RBIs in this series. Manny will punch that to right field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Smith holds up. So Manny extends his streak right away, and the Orioles get a base hit.
Well, there goes the no-hitter. Dickerson, Kiermaier, Smith. That's the outfield. Robertson, we saw him at second. Came in for defense with a 9-1 lead last night at third. That's Varela, Miller, Morrison, and then Sucre. Got the first night in.
Jonathan Scope in the 3 spot. Big numbers off Archer. 364 batting average lifetime with 3 home runs against him. Outfield is played deep throughout most of this series for the Rays. Dickerson will again be 2 steps shy of the warning track in left field. They play him a little bit to right, big gap in left center. Delivery to Jonathan. That'll be there for a strike at 95 miles an hour. Gary Cederstrom, the crew chief, has the plate pretty much straight up strike zone by the book. Chad Fairchild is at first. Eric Cooper at second. Gabe Morales down at third. Infield shifted, playing him to pull there the other way as opposed to the outfield a little bit to right. And he goes the other way, and that's going to be a base hit. Manny Machado down to second base will stay. Malik Smith will get it in. 2 on and 1 away.
Yeah, the one thing about Archer, you know, since beginning of 2006, I mean, he's got a 3-point ERA at home and 5 on the road. And here it's over 6. 1-4 lifetime at Camden Yards. So nice approach. Orioles have gotten away from that in September. I think, you know, again, they hit 57 home runs in the month of August, and the career high 6 runs a game, and then all of a sudden you think he'd just be able to continue it. That has not been the case. Nice approach though by both Machado and Scope.
So the Orioles got a chance to get on the board last night. They scored an unearned run in the first inning, didn't score again until the 9th. When the Orioles tried to make a big comeback, they did, but they were too far down. They ended up with 5 runs in the 9th inning last night. So another chance for the runner in scoring position, and the Orioles have had those. They are 9 for 27 in this series in these situations. Off Archer earlier this year.
Yep, a little slider, and it's gone.
Only home run he has had off Chris Archer in his career. 237 average against him. Machado on at second base. Scope on at first. 1-0 delivery to him. That one stayed down, and a swinging strike. 1-1.
Oh, he's got a dynamic slider. You know, I mean, even the changeup is good. Sometimes, of course, he'll throw the changeup when he throws the ball right by him. Sometimes he'll throw the slider when he throws the ball right by you. I thought Rick Dempsey in the pregame show said that, you know, you look at all the numbers and there's a disconnect between how good a pitcher he is and how many games he wins.
And it's amazing. He's 12 games under 500 in his career. Came in with a fastball. That one will be foul back.
Yeah, last year I think run support was a little over 4, so that's very low. This year a little bit different. And then again, I mean, even in his last start, and that was probably a run support thing. Mike Montgomery of the Cubs, he had a no-hitter going into the 6th. He got out pitched, but pitched well. First time in September, went over 4 innings, went 6, gave up 2 runs, and still lost.
1 ball, 2 strike count on Adam. Orioles trying to get on the board here in the 1st inning, trailing 1-0. Archer's delivery. That'll be hit the other way, and that's going to be a base hit. Manny Machado will come around to score. Ball gets away in the corner. Malik Smith. They're going to bring home a 2nd run. Scope. Throw goes to 2nd. A double and a couple of RBIs for Adam Jones. 2-1 O's.
And Archer's over camped out going, I cannot believe this. I mean, this is a most prolific home run team in the American League, and they've just hit 3 balls to right field. Check this out. Kind of inside out. I mean, again, you back of your mind, you're hitting off the fastball. Slider might be a double play ball, and then Smith. They always, when they built this ballpark, they wanted to make it quirky. Well, he's in the quirky corner. And he falls down, and that allows Scope to score.
What a job Adam Jones is doing finishing up. He leads the Orioles hitting over 355 now with runners in scoring position. That's 3rd best in the league. So Adam adds a couple of RBIs to his totals. And on the year for Adam, 73 runs batted in. Now Chris Davis up. Still only 1 away. Davis rips one. Will it stay fair? No. Down into the right field well and off the big door down there.
It's kind of funny. We gave you the graphic. 49% fastballs and 44% sliders. The rest changeups. I think Jim Hickey's going to make his pitching coach is going to say, hey, maybe you want to use some of those other pitches. Because they're all over the fastball, even if, this is part of the deal. Hit it where it's pitched. Go the other way.
A 1 delivery on the way will be taken down low. So both pitchers having tough first innings. Statcast powered by AWS, the shift.
It was a late call for a strike. Cedarstrom is one of those guys that arm goes up very deliberately.
Chris Davis, 3-game hit streak, 4 for 11, including a home run. And Chris will ask for the timeout. Davis has 3 home runs off Archer, 240 lifetime batting average against the Rays starter. 1-1 this year against the Orioles. He is 4-7 lifetime against Baltimore. Pitch will be taken down low. He hasn't had any luck over the years in this ballpark either. Here at Camden Yards, 1-4 for Archer and an ERA over 6. 6.06. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Davis. Archer taking a very long time, and Davis standing there waiting for him to get ready to pitch again. Asked for a timeout. Only 28 years old. 1 ball, 2 strike count coming. Runner off second base. Davis lets it go. Archer's another one of the question marks, apparently. Seemingly every year Tampa Bay listens to teams that might want him, and they think trade. Whether or not he will be back or not in that rotation, according to the article in the St. Pete Times today, is up for grabs.
Well, they got him so inexpensively that but he's got a lot of, it's a valuable trade chip.
That'll go into the shift. That's going to be a base hit. That'll score Adam Jones. Here's the throw by Smith offline a little bit. He'll score standing up. Davis has got an RBI single, and right field suddenly is full of gold.
Well, here's the deal. It's funny. If you watch last night's game, they threw the ball right by Chris Davis. Well, today he throws up a changeup. So there it is, and it's right in the middle of the plate. His changeups is 90 miles per hour, so it's not 97, which we saw. So it speeds the bat up. Nice plate coverage. Goes out and gets it. But if I'm sitting on the bench last night, I'm going, if I can throw 95 to 97, I think I'm going to throw the ball up and in. So he makes a bad pitch. The Orioles take advantage of it, and they lead 3-1.
59 RBIs now for Chris Davis, and he's got a 4-game hit streak. Hayes goes after the first pitch. Archer's first inning is somewhat like Tillman's. In fact, very much like Tillman's. 19 earned runs in the first inning off Chris Archer. Davis is stealing because he never looked. There won't even be a throw.
Well, again, and what did Rick Dempsey talk about? There's got to be something other than the numbers because he punches out. He's going to strike out 250. And, I mean, it's like he just totally ignores him.
First stolen base, second chance.
And that's fine with the Orioles. They'll take a win.
So now another runner in scoring position. That ball down the line in left field. A souvenir that's going to go foul. For Chris in the stolen base department, he has now equaled his total from last year. 1 in the major league totals. That's his 17th major league stolen base. Hayes, another RBI chance. Austin Hayes, runner at second, 1 out, 0-2 the count. Archer's delivery to him will be outside.
See, there's 98, and you know, again, it's just a kind of a bunch of pitches that, you know, the Orioles have had nice approaches, change-ups in the middle of the plate, and boy, you got to take advantage of it because. But again, as you mentioned, his ERA in this ballpark over 6 runs a game, and you're seeing some of that right here in the first.
Hayes, a ground ball to short, runners going to third. Play will be made over the first. So Hayes is retired. Chris Davis will go to third base. Echeverria makes the play at short, and there are 2 away. So Archer trying to get out of the first inning with 3 runs in. 3 runs on 4 consecutive hits. DHing in the ball game. Alvarez, one reason he's 5 for 13 with 2 home runs, lifetime off Chris Archer. Orioles send their 7th man to the plate here in the first. Orioles are trying to even up this season series at 8 apiece with the final 3 games to be played on the year in Tampa. That ball's going to be a base hit into right field. Went after the first pitch, RBI. Davis scores. Add another 4-1.
Yeah, and again, and Jim Hickey's not even coming out. I mean, another changeup right in the middle of the plate, and it gets whacked.
Now watch the Oriole bench as J.J. Hardy has been announced. And there they are standing and giving J.J. Hardy a standing ovation. The players had planned this and did not tell him. Many believing this will be Hardy's final game here in this ballpark as an Oriole.
Well, he's been here 7 years, and he's been a big part as they've been over 500 or better 5 of those years. This year, of course, you know, with the broken hand, but they know how good a player he is.
Even Tampa Bay players are applauding.
Now 30 home runs, 25 home runs, 22 home runs, Gold Gloves, 3 of them. Mentored Manny Machado, Scope, veteran player, even now helping Tim Beckham.
Very nice, spontaneous job done by the players. That was on their own. They decided they would do that and did not want him to know before he came to the plate. Now all he's got to do is hit Chris Archer with the emotions running. JJ has not had a hit in this series, 0 for 3, playing in the second game, but he's got a 308 lifetime average against Archer. And the pitch will be taken out on the corner for a strike 0-1. So the Orioles coming alive here in the first inning. Archer came in with the exact same ERA he had last year, 4.02. Runner off first base. Hardy on a breaking ball. It was down 0-2.
Yeah, but if you look at last year, you know, he's 9-19. Actually, he had a pretty good second half. They didn't score many runs this year. That's not the. So somehow there's just some disconnect. I think it's because he likes to strike people out, and that gets in the way of winning.
That'll go towards short. Force at second base. Echeverria goes there to Miller. And that will do it. But a great first inning. Orioles will pick up 4. They do it on 5 hits and leave only 1 on. Team presented by Budweiser 5 to 7 at Wayward's Southern Bar and Kitchen in Baltimore. Special guests include former Orioles pitcher Scott McGregor and the Oriole Bird. Rally info you'll find it at Orioles.com/rallies. So an offensive first inning for both ball clubs. The Orioles get on top by a score of 4-1. Chris Tillman with a little room here. Hechavarria, Miller, Sucre will be coming up in the second inning. Hechavarria's done an outstanding job at shortstop with Tim Beckham leaving. He is, as we've mentioned, and has always been a tremendous defensive player. And his offensive numbers aren't so bad this year either. That one's going to bounce away. He's hitting .255 overall. He's had 5 triples, showing you about the speed, 12 doubles, 7 home runs, 29 RBIs. 1-0 count. Chris Tillman, the delivery to him, up with heat at 93.
Yeah, well, you know, again, we've seen spikes from time to time, and when we were talking on Friday, he said, I said, when's the last time you threw a fastball blown away to a righty? He said, it's been a while. He said, but when I do, I don't know what it feels like, and that's been one of the problems. He just can't repeat his windup.
Hechavarria launches one. That's going to be in the gap. Hayes won't get to that one. That'll be high off that fence. He's on his way to second. Great speed, but he'll stop there. Hayes finds it and gets it back in. So Hechavarria is now 3 for 3 off Chris Tillman, and he starts the second inning out with a leadoff double.
Yeah, and again, it's almost like a done deal. If a guy leads off an inning, he's not going to think triple, because this ball doesn't go anywhere. It goes right along the wall, and it takes a long time. He hit the wall. He's got a good arm, but he's already shut it down. I always kind of thought it's a lot easier to score from third than when you can run than from second. But I guess that classic, you know, rule of baseball, never make the first or the last out at third. I mean, it's automatically out of the box.
Yep. Yep. Don't stop running till they throw you out.
Well, that
used to be a motto.
Yeah, well,
not for real, but. Runner on at second base, and here is Brad Miller. Miller will get a base hit, and that's going to score a run. Ball dies in the outfield grass. 2 pitches and a run in, a double and a single for Brad Miller, and that'll make it a 4-2 game.
Well, fastball again to Hechavarria, up and out. He took the double, and that's, you know, again, Miller 30 home runs last year, which is kind of an aberrational year. It was more than he'd ever hit in 380 some games before that. Then he gets hurt this year, but he's a high ball hitter, and
36 RBIs now, and Brad Miller on at first base.
Yeah, I mean, Chris is just going to have to do what he does when he's pitching well. It's been a battle, but that's mix up your pitches. And he got, you know, the changeup got him out of the first on the double play ball.
And the pitch to the catcher, taken down low. Sucre 0 for 3 in the game he played in here against Chris Tillman. 1 for 2. 1-0 count. Jesus Sucre. Defense pretty much straight up. A little breeze now blowing out the center. We didn't have at the start of the ball game. Sucre will take a pitch away for a ball. Malik Smith is waiting on deck. So already 5 hits on the board for the Orioles, and 3 for Tampa Bay. Short lead at first for Brad Miller. He'll be held by Davis. 2-0 delivery to Sucre. Swings over the top of that one, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
It may seem to people that have watched the game of Major League Baseball in September, when you expand the rosters, that Buck Showalter it would be silly that he would say, hey, if Tillman, or was supposed to be Bundy, doesn't pitch well, we're going to have trouble having a long man today. And it's true, because now Tillman that was his role.
And right through in the ball game.
Well,
last
yeah,
night.
and Castro the night before, and I mean, you could kind of piecemeal, but they don't have a true long man in their bullpen.
2-ball 1-strike delivery on the way, and that ball up in the air to left field. That ball's hit deep way back, and goodbye home run. Unbelievable.
It really is. I mean, that's a changeup, and it's tied. You know, you think it's a pretty good pitch. I mean, it's not. And here's Buck again. I mean, you want to win the game, but you get 4-1 lead, and it's been erased on a double, single, home run.
So Sucre with the long ball. That'll be his 7th of the year. RBIs 27 and 28. 2 home runs off Tillman. I mean, Chris just sadly just is not getting anybody out here.
Well, it's a floater, as you would describe it, but again, that's what a changeup is, with no movement and no location, and that's how you get in trouble.
Yep.
This is. It's hard enough to pitch in this ballpark. I mean, one of the amazing numbers a couple of years ago, as you look at Donnie Hart, who can pitch multiple innings, is Chris pitched what, the second half of the year, or the last 21 starts in Camden Yards, 3 runs or less in 20 of those games. That's how consistent he is, and we just haven't seen that this year.
Smith at the plate, 2 for 4. Lifetime off Tillman. Bases cleared, nobody out. Malik Smith will take the pitch for a strike. He's played in a game here, has gone 1 for 3 in this set. Smith on the year, though, is hitting .294 against the Orioles. 1 ball, 1 strike count. This is not an unimportant emergency start for Chris Tillman. I mean, there's still questions about at the age of 29, someone who's put up 73 and 55 record. Do you take a chance and sign him for another year? I mean, this start.
Oh, don't think all the scouts, and you get the same questions as I do. Hey, what do you think about Tillman? I mean, maybe more so that I pitch, but hey, and you know, he had an injury, hurt it last year, got the stem cell shot, I think, right before Christmas. You know, missed all of spring training, didn't start. First start was, and that's his only win, and that's a 5-inning stint where he pitched to get good against the White Sox, and that's it.
2-2 delivery away, and you know better than I do, but my sense is there is no confidence. Chris has just completely lost his confidence.
Well, it's that, and you know, and then I guess I look at things a little bit, and that's certainly a possibility. I look at black and white. It's the quality of the pitches is not what we're used to, or he's used to.
3-2 delivery on the way, and goes upstairs, and will get Smith.
So, you know, again, I mean, it's just in the old days, this is what he'd do. Now, he would not have already given up double, single, home run. I mean, he just goes up the ladder. You know, that's 92. And he's won 16 games throwing 92 to 88. And, you know, adding and subtracting and using 4 pitches.
So he gets an out here, and here is Robertson. He's had a real fine series against the Orioles. Daniel Robertson has gone 4 for 6, hitting in the 9 spot in this series in 2 games. Breaking ball taken down low. Tampa Bay on the road, 37 and 40 coming into this ball game. They're trying to get to 500. They've got time. They're only 3 games under. Kevin Cash's team love to do that. Get on the positive side of it. 1-0 delivery, ground ball to Hardy at short. Shortstop's throw in time. Robertson retired. 2 down. Kiermaier coming up. When the O's score, you score at McDonald's. The more the O's score, the more chicken McNuggets you score. Download McDonald's app today. Kiermaier started the ball game up on the very first pitch, delivering a home run and setting the tone. Ball game now tied at 4-4. Kiermaier's got 15 on the year, and bear in mind, nowhere near the number of at-bats he would have had he been healthy. He's got 364. Some of the starters are well over 500, some even closing in on 600. Those who play every day, like Longoria, 593 at-bats.
Yeah, he had that stress fracture of the hip, and he didn't play when just getting back. And so again, in the old days, you know, Tillman, even though the curveball, it's always been effective, it's been a low percentage pitch, but you drop it. You know, I always thought it was a feel and touch. So you throw the first one, you're willing to throw it on the first pitch when they're probably looking fastball, double up on him, but he doesn't do that as often anymore.
Kiermaier, bat on shoulder. Yeah, will take the count to 3-0.
And then what you were talking about, that's what that pitch right there was. You're 2-0. They've already hit 2 home runs. He's hit 1 of them. You're going up a double and a single. 4-1 is now 4-4. You're afraid to throw it over.
Does there for a strike.
Because you think something bad's going to happen, and that's human nature. And this year, something bad has happened.
Yes, virtually every game.
And it's tough to get over.
3 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down. Ball put up in the air, jammed him a little bit. Adam Jones, that high sky will put that one away, and that'll do it. But 3 runs in on 3 hits. The home run by Sucre, the big blow. And the ball game tied at 4. 9 hits already, and we're only in the bottom half of the second inning. And the 8 runs, of course. And the pitch will be taken down low. Here is Chance Sisco. He becomes the 4th Oriole to start behind the plate. And, of course, the leading twosome of Wellington Castillo and Caleb Joseph, almost all of it. Pena got a few starts in when he was called up. Now Sisco, who's been behind the plate, coming in late in the ball game, makes his start after a great AAA season. 97 games at Norfolk, 267, 7 home runs, 47 RBIs, and
yeah, he tries to juggle him. And Gary Cedarson. Yeah, Chance out of Corona, California. Yeah, the thing about it, you saw that at the first 27 pitches, 20 strikes, maybe not wild, but wild in the strike zone, and that can get you in trouble.
Archer with a 3-0 delivery. Sisco will take. That'll be in there for a strike. Well, the Orioles getting a look at the highly touted young catcher. Second round 2013 draft, 61st overall is the selection number for Sisco. In 455 career minor league games, he's hit .311, 25 home runs, 195 walks. 3-2 the count from Archer. Sisco will go after it, and he'll be K'd. Play's got to be made. Lob toss down by Sucre.
Yeah, there's the good slider, and again, at this level, you know, even though you're late on the fastball, take a look at this. And, you know, going back on all the game logs, all the way back to the 15th, and it was right before the All-Star game. He's pitching against Kansas City in Kansas City. Ned Yost, the manager, is going to manage the team, and he gives up like 9 runs. And since that day, in the next 81 games, he goes from being over 500 to 17 games under, ERA over a run a game. Strikeouts are still up, but strikeouts don't always translate into wins. And totally different pitcher.
Amazing, isn't it? 1 down, nobody on. Trey Mancini, a strikeout victim, his first time to the plate. Trey will foul that one back. Continues to close in on second high hit rookie mark for the Orioles. 153 hits this year for him. Cal 158 is second. 0-2 delivery to him will be taken outside. Multi-hit games have become a regular for the rookie for the Orioles. One of the most consistent seasons in the American League. 1-2 pitch, high fly ball. Dickerson, who was way back, will mosey in under that one.
Yeah, they better get some oxygen out. Nobody's running today. I mean, you know, Kiermaier barely got to first. He's played center field. You can lose balls in the sun.
Yes.
It's just, it's an epidemic.
We're in a jogging game.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And, you know, I mean, I guess I got spoiled by, you know, by playing with the Aparicios and the Robinson, you know, even Cal. I mean, they put their heads down, they run. Of course, his dad taught him that. But I don't mean just the Orioles. It's just
it's everywhere.
Everybody. And I mean, we've seen balls lost in the sun all the time on real high sky days like today. But nobody, like, and you're going to look really bad when you're barely at first and somebody drops a ball that you don't see.
2 down, nobody on. Manny Machado, a base hit and a run scored in the first inning. Pitch to Manny will be taken up high. And Manny's gotten things turned around a bit here in September. That's been very tough on a lot of Oriole hitters. Machado coming into the game, hitting just .226 this month, 3 home runs. But that's even up from where it was just 6 or 7 games ago.
Well, good pitching, as we've talked about, and you know, 4 of the best 7 pitching teams in the American League. That's pretty much what the Orioles have been playing in the month of September, and it's taken its toll.
2-1 pitch on the way to him, foul back over the screen.
I mean, right there, that's a home run pitch if you don't throw 97. You know, he's looking for his pitch. He gets his pitch. He puts a good swing on it, but 97, Archer gets away with it.
Again, the outfield shaded a bit to right. Center fielder Kiermaier a few steps over in that right field direction. 2-2 delivery on the way. That one again is going to be foul back.
See, I mean, that's, to me, that sums up Chris Archer. The guy's late on 97, and what does he do? He comes back with a slider, Is it the right pitch? No, he didn't need to throw it. Just throw it low and away, and he hangs it. And then if you wonder why the Orioles hit 3 home runs, you're going, well, you just sped up the bat. And the intent was to strike him out, not to get him out, but to strike him out.
2-2 delivery on the way. Tried a little harder on that one at 97. Take a look at the outfield defense here, deep and around. No better time than now to see your Hyundai dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Chado will get at least a 7-pitch at bat. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one in the air, center field. Kiermaier right where he needed to be. That's where they were playing Manny. And a 1-2-3 inning for Archer. Ball game tied after 2 at 4. Purcell Mosby from Hyattsville. 500 to being selected. 500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. Play Home Run Rich's scratch offs, win up to $50,000 instantly. You can learn more at mdlottery.com/home-run. Purcell.
That's right. And a lot of pressure on Purcell today. You know, last home game.
We're counting on you.
Yeah, you want to be 11 games over 500, not 10.
Got to deliver some runs here.
Yeah. And help yourself, help the Orioles, help us.
Win-win. Win. Here is Duda, grounded out his first time up. Duda will take the pitch down low for a ball. The home run hitting DH and first baseman. At his 30th yesterday, tying his career high that he had back in 2014. 217th for the Rays. That's a new high in home runs in a year for the Rays. 1-0 pitch will be taken up and away, and a 2-0 count. So Chris has walked 1, struck out 1, given up the 4 runs on 4 hits.
And then wild in the zone. 20-20. That's not the percentage you're used to. There's I think it's a changeup. Yeah, see, that's why I thought the first pitch of the game was a changeup, but it was a fastball at 89 that Kiermaier hit out of here. Just again, he just does not look like he can get his arm out in front of him, and that's why balls are up, and that's why he doesn't have as much finish. A lot of problems that causes. There's another.
Got that one in. It fouled it back at 84.
But that's just like a high cutter that. I mean, you get away with it because it breaks a little bit late, but I don't think that's what he wanted to do with it.
Let's see what he comes with here in a 2-ball 2-strike count to power hitter. Orioles in the shift. Scope way out there and right. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that'll be up and away, and it's full.
Yeah, missed by 5 feet. That gives you an idea of how much of a struggle it's been, not only today but over the course of the year. You know, he's moved over in the pitching rubber. He would have been on the third base side, 3 months ago. So he's tried to make that adjustment, same as Kevin Gausman.
Duda will take that one into the shift. Hayes will get there, makes the catch. Duda's retired, 1 down. The annual fan favorite is back. The 2018 Orioles Pet Calendar, presented by Pet ER, on sale now at Orioles.com/pet calendar at the ballpark and at the official team store in York. Proceeds benefit Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Sells out each year, so get yours now while they are available at any of those locations. Golden Retriever is in the calendar with J.J. Hardy. That's what a shortstop should have as a dog. In the air to center field, Adam Jones going back. Adam Jones looking, and right off the 410 mark. Logan Morrison will go into second base. He's got a double. Thought Adam Jones, I think, thought that was going to be out of the ballpark.
Yep. Well, and he plays deep. Again, I don't know if he didn't see it. I mean, the ball's hit real well. I mean, you can hear just the sound. So right there, I don't know if he gets a good read. You know, normally he would have gone back and made a tap. He's playing 15 feet deeper because, you know, that's where the way they want to play him. I mean, not Wayne Kirby, but that's what they think the metric people. If you're going to play deep, and it's usually a ball that he will at least attempt. But as we've said, he's not running real well at this juncture of the year.
Not at all.
And Logan Morrison says thank you very much. I mean, he earned that because he hit it right to the base of the wall 410 feet away.
So a runner on at second base with 1 down, and a swing and a foul tip. Corey Dickerson hit into a double play his first time up. So the hits keep on coming for the Rays. They now have 5 in the ball game, and there are going to be a lot of RBI chances here in this one. It looks like. Tampa Bay 1 for 1 so far.
And the problem is now you got what, 4 extra base hits already. You know, 2 home runs and 2 doubles.
0-1 the count. Dickerson part of that top 4, all left-handed. 0-1 delivery. That's going to go to Hardy. JJ up. Makes the play. Runner moved up, but there are 2 down.
And then even Dickerson slowed down going into down to first. I just don't get it anymore. I mean, you're not out till you're out. Yeah, and he runs hard, and then it's like, okay, ball's caught. And then right here, I mean, I'll just slow down. I would think it would hurt your hamstrings more slowing down, decelerating, than just kind of running at the same pace through the base.
I would think it would hurt your heart more. 2 down. And here is Hechavarria. He delivered a double and scored in the second inning. Miller brought him in with a base hit. Sucre had the 2-run homer for the 3 runs in the second. Kiermaier the home run in the first. Runner at third base, 2 away. 1-0 count, 2 down. There's Tillman closing in on 50 pitches. Out of the stretch, 1-0 delivery, and that'll be foul back.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I mean, you look at, you know, you got Miller on deck, and he got a base hit. So they hit a single RBI single up the middle after the Hechavarria double. But who do you want to pitch to? He's 3 for 3. But when you're really struggling, you don't want to pitch around anybody. Even though sometimes you were going good, you do it because you'd have confidence.
That one put up in the air. Second base, Jonathan Scope in fair territory will put it away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on at third. Current members of the armed forces recognized. That is the Marine Corps League detachment on hand and being recognized between innings from their box here on this Sunday. Thank you. That says it all right there. He's got the right sign. So the Orioles bat here in the bottom half of the third inning. Jonathan Schoop, Adam Jones, and Chris Davis coming up. Chris Archer, no walks, a couple of strikeouts. Schoop delivered a base hit, scored in the first inning. Jones 2 RBI double. Chris Davis RBI single, and the same for Alvarez. Archer's delivery to him. Look out. Didn't hit him, but it knocked him down on his wallet as that one went right under the feet, right over the pitching slab.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, you throw it, they hit it right back at you. Boom. Yep.
Another multi-hit game, 105 miles an hour. Glove came off and down went Archer. That is multi-hit game 53 for Jonathan Schoop, tied for third in the league with Eric Hosmer. Altuve leads it with 57. 2 singles in today's game.
Yeah, up the middle and right field.
Adam Jones, couple of RBIs on a double, 5-game hit streak for him now. He'll take the pitch down low for a ball.
Like the Orioles in that first, they put on a hitting clinic of how you hit somebody tough that throws hard. He pitches away, he hit it back up the middle or into right field. I mean, it was just the way you want it. And then, you know, invariably, if you have that approach, you're going to hit home runs, especially in this ballpark. Maybe not each inning, but.
Adam Jones in the air, center field. Kiermaier turning. Ball will stay in the yard. Runner will tag. Kiermaier's throw all the way in on the fly. Not in time. Schoop moves up.
Yeah, great base running by Jonathan. You know, he gets a read. You know, off the bat again. I mean, in this ballpark, you think almost any ball can carry. Warms, even though what we just had fall, it's still close to 90. So right here, and the play's in front of you. You can read the throw. You know what side of the base to steal on, and he gets in there easily. Just a matter of staying on the bag.
So he gets himself in scoring position by doing so. Orioles are already 3 for 4 in these situations. Chris Davis, RBI base hit his first time up. Chris will foul that one off down the left field side. So Chris has now hit in 4 consecutive ball games. Trying to get his average up in the final week of the season. They'll put the shift on against him and leave the third baseman Robertson over to cover third with Schoop on at second base. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way to him. That'll be up. Take a look at the defensive alignment here. StatCast brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Baltimore area Chevy dealers. There's Jonathan Schoop, able to get a pretty good secondary lead. Hechavarria, the shortstop, is closest to him because he's playing the other side of the bag. Archer's delivery is going to be outside.
Yeah, Chris got a change up to hit, and of course, you know, now with all your you know, your video guys, if you're Chris Archer or Chris Davis, you can say, okay, I want to see all my at bats. If you're Chris Archer against Chris Davis, where are those 3 home runs? What was the count? Where were the pitches? You know, what did I do? Did I speed the bat up, which he has a tendency to do with that slider, which he did the first time up, and Chris was able to get a base hit. And then, of course, you sit on the bench. You watch last night's game. They threw the ball by him at 93, and then you throw him a changeup to speed up the bat. So, again, if you're not smart enough to make that decision, then that's how you get in trouble. Doesn't matter how much talent you have.
And he walks it.
Yeah.
So that'll be the first walk surrendered by Archer, and the Orioles get runners on at first and second with 1 down.
And I think Chris Archer says, I'm smart enough, though, to know, and I don't want to pitch to Chris Davis when I can pitch to the rookie.
So Hayes will come up. He grounded out his first time up. Here at home for Austin early on, he's 7 for 26. He's 4 for 13 on the road. His home run coming on the road, so he's looking for his first home park long ball. Hayes grounded out first time, runners first and second, one away. He'll go after the first pitch, not what he thought he was going to get.
So again, Mancini with 14, Blefary Rookie of the Year, Baylor, one of the great players, Gibbons, Jim Traber, Jim Fuller. Jim Fuller, 39 home runs in A-ball in the Florida State League. It's like hitting 70. Big, strong right-handed hitter.
Swing and a miss. 89 dropped off. 0-2.
Well, that will, as we look at Chaz Rowe getting loose just in case something goes on. And I think he's had, what, 6 scoreless outings. If the Orioles know him, he pitched for the Orioles and the Yankees. But that will be the pitch. Can you hit the slider? I think the scouting report in Austin, hey, good fastball hitter. Let's see if we can get him out with breaking balls.
0-2 delivery to him down to third base. That will be foul. Scope will go back to second base. Chris Davis going back to first.
And of course, when they throw him enough of them, will they still be able to get to the fastball? And that's the challenge young hitters have. That's why it's so great that he's getting a chance to play. He's playing in more games than he's ever played. A couple of years out of college. So, again, there could probably be a fatigue factor, but you would never know it the way he runs.
You get called up to the majors for the first time. Fatigue probably disappears. Played at third. Robertson won. Relay over to first base. They turn the double play Miller. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 3 complete. Ball game tied at 4-piece. '95 Red Sox Yankees have appeared in the same postseason 8 times. They're going to again this year. They both clinched the spot. First time since 2009. The Orioles season attendance with the big crowd last night over 2 million. That mark has been reached now 6 straight years. And in the American League East, the Blue Jays have not only the attendance leader in the division, but in the American League, they're averaging over 39,000 per game this year.
Yeah, they're kind of back to where they were in '92 and '93 after having, postseason. So Adam Jones, we've been talking hips and ankles and shins and whatever. You could see it where it just couldn't quite get to that fly ball in center, even though it's a ball he usually gets to. Joey Rickard comes in, takes his place.
Pitch to Brad Miller will be taken up high. Miller a base hit and an RBI in the second inning. Sucre and then Smith. Game tied at 4-4. Chris Tillman trying to leg it out here. That ball to left field. Trey Mancini. He'll haul it in. Miller is retired. Fourth inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals.
Good looking car.
It is.
What color do you have?
Blue. That's exactly the color.
Really?
That's what I got. Yep. My RAV4. It is. Good vehicle.
Yeah, well.
Great vehicle. I love it. One down. Here is Sucre. Delivered a home run, 2 RBIs. His 7th shot came in the 2nd inning. Pitch will be taken outside for a ball.
I kept waiting for the right arm to go up, and no, yeah, Cederstrom, like we said, a little deliberate. Change up. 2-run home run the last time, right in the middle of the plate.
That'll be a base hit up the middle. So Sucre is 2 for 2. He gets a 1-out single here in the 4th inning. Orioles reach, and Buck and Angela Showalter are once again joining forces with Kids Peace, hosting the 8th annual Trick or Treat Trot. 5K 1-mile walk, a Halloween themed race to benefit children in foster care. It takes place October 28th, a Saturday. Race will begin and end here at Camden Yards. Costumes are encouraged. Prizes will be awarded in various categories. You can register by going to Orioles.com/kidspeace. Always a big turnout and a great event.
Yeah, it really is.
Alex Smith, the strikeout victim, his first time up. Manny Machado in at 3rd base. Pitch will be taken up. Smith, the strikeout victim, his first time to the plate. Teams matching each other in hits, 6 on the board, and in runs. Sucre just a step and a half off first base. Tillman's 1-0 delivery on the way, and really had him out in front.
Yeah, Smith, young hitter, aggressive hitter. You got him, struck him out because he got him a chase up in his zone. There, it's a good slider. The ball goes down. Sucre hit a flat one right back up the middle. So he's gotten 2 pitches to hit, as you can see. A little bit of breeze here at Camden Yards.
Didn't have that when we started. Smith recalled 5th time on September 5. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that is going to be a strike at the letters.
Well, he got to play a lot early. I mean, he has the 16 stolen bases because of the injury to Kiermaier. And, speedster.
Hit well at home, 294. Not so much on the road, 242. Right now, not hitting much at all. A $185 over the last 22 games.
Well, he's got 2 home runs, and you kind of flipping channels, and if you're not working sometimes, and turning it on them, and he hits a home run to the opposite field. I mean, deep down at the Trop in St. Petersburg. I'm going, and that kid's got some power, but then again, he's only hit 2 home runs all year. Not a home run guy, contact hitter.
Pitch to him will go to center field, and Rickert will make the play. Runner halfway will go back. There are 2 down. Our PNC minor league report. PNC for the achiever in you.
Well, Ben, having a nice year. I mean, again, look at that. I mean, you start out your first year, you're in Aberdeen, you're going to go down to the fall league, and that's the instructional league, which is where all the young players went when I started out. And of course they have it in Sarasota. The Orioles, actually, even though we trained in Miami, it was being Clearwater. So good luck to him. I mean, nice year.
Second time up for Donnie Hart. Two down, runner on at first base. Robertson, young 23-year-old out of Upland, California, getting his first chance at the majors this year. 4 hits, 7 at bats in the series against the Orioles. Robertson signed right out of high school. UCLA never got a shot at him. That's where he was going to go if he hadn't signed. 0-1 delivery will be taken down low. He started as a young player. Veteran players oftentimes have foundations and charitable activities. He started one at the age of 23. It's the Robertson Family Foundation. His dad passed away from lung cancer, so they support families where one of the breadwinners or homemaker has cancer and is unable to work. Ball popped up in the air at high sky, big glare. Davis coming over, and we'll run out of room. Back to the seats.
Yeah, tough day for pop-ups, fly balls, you name it. Bright, glary. Well, last game, Chris having a little conversation. Thanks for coming.
Fans all moving down to the front row trying to get in on the conversation there. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Robertson with 2 down. Sucre the base hit on it first. Donnie Hart warming up. Wonder whether Tillman will finish his day on this inning or not. 1-2 pitch on the way. That'll bounce away, but close enough. Cisco able to control it and hold the runner.
Well, if he gets him out, he might get to pitch another inning. I think otherwise, you got Kiermaier and you got Hart on, getting loose in case, because you still want to win. Lead off home run, and then 3 runs in the second. Pitched himself out of trouble after the double by Morrison in the third.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Sucre not going anywhere at first base, and the pitch will be up high.
See, I mean, that's a pitch that for him, you could just see everything is under his normal release point. So the ball goes up, but it does, usually when you backspin the ball, you have to be down. It's something when you play catch, and he was the master of it. Very deliberate wind up, throws the ball downhill. That's not been the case this year.
So Robertson, runner going, and the ball is going to be fouled away. Interesting positioning on this. They move Chris Davis way over. So Sucre, with a 3-2 running on the pitch, has got a ginormous lead. Now he's not very fast, so you're willing to give that extra few steps here, and a base hit. He's not going to score.
Yeah, we also saw what Robertson, the first time he played, hit balls right in that hole between first and second.
3-2 delivery, and got him on the inside corner.
Nice pitch.
So Tillman will get his second strikeout. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. This one sets the side down. This date in baseball history. Well, it is the celebration of the 25th year of Camden Yards, 10th oldest stadium in the league, believe it or not. This is where Cal past Lou Gehrig, where the Orioles in 15 played the White Sox before an empty house. This is the ballpark that spurred many new yards in its wake. Cleveland, Seattle, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and the ballpark that changed baseball forever with that great warehouse in its background. Happy birthday, Oriole Park at Camden Yards. 4-6-0 for each team. Pedro Alvarez will be coming to the plate, an RBI base hit, then Hardy and Chance Cisco. Alvarez went after the first pitch he saw from Archer in his first at bat and got a hit. Goes after this one and will foul it off.
Yeah, same pitch. One was up and one had great finish, a little bit slower. So I'm sure after that first inning, that 4-run inning, after the Rays get him a 1-run lead on the home run by Kiermaier, and then he gives back 4. Tillman gives up 3, and it's all even.
Pitch will be taken away. Alvarez has had 18 at bats in 11 games, a home run and an RBI. A lot of folks said with the numbers he was putting up below, why hasn't Alvarez been called up? The thing was, if you took a look on the roster, where were you going to put
Not on this team, yeah.
Yeah.
But he had a couple of opt-outs, and You know, I'm just surprised that somebody else. It's just. But it's kind of interesting because you look at Lucas Duda. He's got 30 home runs at this level. Pedro had 28, 20 at AAA, 22 last year when he got to play. Great second half for the Orioles. You would think somewhere he would be able to play. And in fact, both of them.
1-2 is going to be fouled off. Well, maybe, and I have no idea whether this is going to prove out, but have we hit the ceiling on the home run strikeout guys? And I mean, we had that case last year where some home run hitters who everybody thought were going to make enormous sums of money weren't even looked at.
Exactly. Well, that's a great point. And
that'll be a fair ball off the glove of Morrison into right field. He's going to make for second. Alvarez, here's the throw, and heady base running will get him into scoring position.
And he calls timeout, and well, there you go, a little hustle play. I haven't seen a whole lot of that today. Everybody seems like they're pretty tired, with a couple of exceptions. This is a rocket, and again, I mean, it looks like it should be caught. It was hit very hard. Play in front of you, you read it, and does a nice job of that. Echeverria is going to snag it and make a nice tag late, but stay on the bag. I mean, that's, see, he doesn't dare. He finally, you know, again, if you play for Bobby Dickerson on the Orioles, you never let that glove leave the runners back, and Echeverria did not do that. A late tag, I think he still would have been safe.
The old, not the old, it's the new sustained tag.
Yep.
So a double with nobody out. Chance for the Orioles to get on top. Hardy will take the pitch. That is going to be in there for a strike. I said double. I'm not sure yet. Well, they gave him an error.
Well, he's out on second.
It is an error.
Yeah.
So they charge an error on Morrison to get the runner down to second base. And Hardy will chop that foul at the plate. JJ hit into a fielder's choice his first time up.
Yeah, I think when you look at your glove, like you should have caught it, the scorer probably takes notice of that. Like, where did it go?
If you think you should have caught it, then I think you should.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It was hit hard, and he couldn't get the glove up.
Well, it's kind of also a semi-short hop. You know, I mean, not right, what, 2-3 feet out in front of him, but yeah, it was hit. I bet over 100 miles per hour off the bat.
0-2 delivery. Archer will place that one down low.
Well, you know, JJ would love to get him in or get him over, but it's harder to do once you get to 2 strikes. And again, as they play the shift, there's a huge hole. I mean, dead second base is a base hit in the right. And they play him very shallow. Smith's very shallow and right.
1-2 delivery on the way, and Archer with that fall off the mound delivery will miss outside with it. 2-ball 2-strike count. JJ hitting at .220, runners in scoring position on the year. Not a lot of chances getting in and out of the lineup. Finally here in the middle of September able to get back in. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's going to be up high. So Archer, with the first 2 strikes on him, will take it full 3-2. With Chance Cisco waiting on deck. Archer's follow through comes off the mound. It's almost a different way every time, depending on what he's throwing for a pitch.
Yeah, that's unusual. You know, because he's he's so deliberate.
3-2. That'll go down to third foul.
I mean, it's almost like a very mechanical. Of course, he's got a fabulous arm. I mean, leg come up. You know, I was reading an article where his dad, you know, as the adopted dad, just said, listen, you know, you start when he was a kid, you start from throwing from a stretch. And he said, because when you're young, it's a lot easier to do. And then once you get a little bit older, you figure it out, you can go to the windup. And it makes so much sense. That's the way I taught all my little leaguers.
That'll be foul back and out of play. So the count remains at 3-2 on Hardy. Archer's pitch count getting up there. The double sixes.
Yeah, he's
on the board.
We're just shy of 17 pitches an inning. And again, a lot of foul balls, a lot of strikeouts. That'll get the pitch count up. Yeah, the other thing is, I mean, their starters, 6 straight starts, 6 innings or more after 9 straight starts, less than 6.
3-2 delivery in the air to left field. Listen to the crowd on this one. J.J. Hardy, the homer, good for 2.
Well, how about all his teammates coming out of the dugout? Yeah, first year in an Oriole uniform, 30 home runs.
They're going to push him out, I guarantee you.
Well,
Get out there.
Yeah.
There he goes.
And, you know, I think if you're Chris Archer, you may not like it because you hung the slider. And JJ just hit it. I think you got to recognize the fact what the kind of career he's had here. You may not like the fact you're trailing 6-4 here, but he got a pitch to hit and didn't miss it.
So JJ gets number 4.
Yeah. So again, I mean, it's just a slider. I mean, it's just so hittable. It speeds the bat up. Of course, JJ, one of the more pronounced home runs. You could see the joy because, you know, again, it's JJ. You can see Manny. I mean, you know, when Manny got to the big leagues, how do I play this game? Well, what do you think, JJ? Same with Scope.
Yep.
Same with all the guys. He's had such a great influence on all the players that have had a chance to play with him.
Cisco, a strikeout victim, first time up. And he will go after a high heater for a Maryland Lottery contestant. Marcel Mosby, $500 on the homer. Double barrel action in the pen. And J.J. Hardy really turning his teammates on today, even before the home run, and that's just a little baseball theater right there. And that one off the plate. Baltimore chop. Archer waits for it to come down, tags him on the way by.
Yeah, nice little play there. Gets off quickly. Yeah, good slider. Good. Mark Trumbo's going, how'd you do that? Well, you know, I used to be able to do that. How come I don't get those pitches to hit? Well,
that's good.
You know, it's funny. I mean, I told JJ it's going to be my last game this year, and he goes, "Well, I'll see you somewhere." Because you know, we had talked. He said, "I don't know. I'd like to play." You know, Buck will say, "I don't know." You know, he's the first guy to tell you. Maybe I'm not a regular player, but maybe there's some place I can play in the National League.
Ground ball. Archer falls down trying to reach for it. Brad Miller makes the play, and a good pick by Morrison. Archer spent some time on his backside on the hill today. Second time he's gone down. First one knocked him over. It went right by him. That one he tried to catch and just lost his balance and fell down. So 2 down. That'll bring up Manny Machado. Base hit, run scored. He's flied out. Take a look at those who have played with the big numbers here at home this year.
Well, great place to hit. You know, that's why, you know, Bundy, again, it's really his first full year starting. He's got 7 out of his 13 wins here. Gosman, you know, starting to be Gosman with 102 strikeouts. And then, you know, Kevin Gosman, and this year, no injuries, in fact.
And the pitch bounces off the plate. Kevin Gosman's going to make the start on Tuesday, the first game to be played in Pittsburgh. Don't think that'll change.
Yeah, he was out hitting.
Bundy not pitching, and Gabriel Yanoa will start game 2. The Pirates have Trevor Williams and Chad Cole, right-handers.
Yeah, Cole's throwing 99 in spring training. I was made aware of that by Mark Trumbo. He said, "Did you see that guy?" I said, "Actually, I did, because I did that game." But yeah, figure Manny's going to hit another one before this day is over. Going to get some pitches to hit.
That one will be fouled away as he got ahead on the count. Look for one to drive, and a 2-ball 1-strike count on Manny. JJ all smiles over there. That ball to third. That's going to go off the glove of Robertson into left field. So the Orioles have shaken up both corners of the infield with some hard shots. The first one by Alvarez was an error. That one is going to be a base hit.
Yeah, we saw Robertson come in. I mean, that ball, I think it hit him somewhere. I mean, this is why Longoria won a Gold Glove early on in his career. I mean, this ball moves, and I mean, it takes no prisoners. It gets him in the leg. And he's playing deep. It's not like he's playing in to bunt, and that's going to get Archer out of the game.
So that'll be it for Archer. He will leave. Could be the losing pitcher in the ball game, and responsible for the base runner on. Bullpen for the Rays.
Last night trailing 9-1, and it continued today against Archer, who came in 1-4 with a 6.0 ERA at Camden Yards. So there it is. Chance again leaving down 6-4. Defense kind of let him down in the last inning. Jiffy Lube pitching change brought to you by Jiffy Lube, who will help your vehicle's engine run cleaner, longer. Jiffy Lube. Drive in today. Chaz Rose started the year with Atlanta, had a lat problem. They picked him up, went down to AAA Durham. Durham won the AAA crown this year in championship, and pitched in 17 games, pitched very well. So he's kind of been around. I mean, you know, he pitched with the Orioles, pitched with the Yankees, pitched with Arizona, fastball, and a very, very good slider.
He's only worked one inning against the Orioles this year, a run and a hit. So Chaz Rowe, runner on at first base. There are 2 down. And the breaking ball slider will be in there for a strike. Jonathan Scope already 2 for 2. He's had a couple of singles. He scored a run back in the first inning. Orioles getting 2 in on the Hardy home run. One of those runs unearned. Alvarez came in ahead of him, reached on an error. Runner on first base, and the throw over will get Manny Machado back. Take a look. Coons.com league leaders. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Oh yeah. Well, Altuve, as you mentioned, certainly up in the MVP voting. Jonathan Scope already the most valuable player. Doja, boy, has he had another great year. Lowry with all kinds of doubles, and then Cano.
A 1 delivered to Jonathan, and a better pitch down and away out of the strike zone, but tantalizingly good.
Yeah, 7-2. You know, in 98 career appearances, ERA a little bit under 4 runs a game. Diamondbacks 2013. Then he went to the Yankees 2014, Orioles 15-16. This year, the Braves last year, and then a little bit of this year before he was injured. And then that slider is all different speeds. It's kind of like his name is alphabetically right before Sergio Romo. They have a lot in common. Both have great breaking balls.
0-2 delivery on the way, and he got him on that one. So that will take care of it. Rowe gets a strikeout. J.J. Hardy gets the home run. Big applause. Curtain call. Brian Flaherty said this week of J.J. Hardy, you are looking at the rock of the Baltimore Orioles, and they love him.
They get him the lead. They get 3 more, and then he actually settled down a little bit. So at least he gets him to the 4th. He leaves with the lead. Doesn't have a chance to win because you got to pitch the required 5 as the starter. Donnie Hart comes up with 3 scheduled lefties. Kiermaier, Duda, and Morrison pitched last night. So your job, kind of like not mission impossible, but mission possible, is get these lefties out.
It's a great lead-in song.
Oh,
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Peter Graves.
Peter Graves.
Peter Graves. Yes. Mr. What was the name? Mr. Oh, it's a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Short while ago hit a home run. First inning, first pitch. Kiermaier, Duda, and Morrison against Donnie Hart. So here's where all those lefties stacked together at the top gives Buck a chance to get a lefty in and not have to worry about matchups if you want lefty on lefty.
And Devin Cash, I mean, he's certainly, when he's making out this lineup, knows that, but because he's given Evan Longoria an afternoon off early, I mean, that's how they get stacked together.
Kiermaier, 246 off the lefties, 30 points higher off right-handers. 4 of his 14 home runs hit against left-handers. Kiermaier's had 4 hits in 11 at bats in this set. 2-0 count. Hart's delivery, the sweeping pitch. Again, he will take it. It is a strike in the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, Kiermaier with his speed, you don't come in like you're playing the infield in, but you're maybe a half a step in because of the speed factor. Last thing you want if you're the Oriole infield is an infield hit in front of you.
2-1 delivery will go to first. Davis, big hop, fair ball. Pitcher covers. Hart didn't get there in time.
Wow.
May want to look at that one as Hart thought he had the bag ahead of the runner.
Yeah, again, I mean, here's the speed factor. Talk about it. Oh, I don't know. You better get the foot down. You cannot. I mean, go. I don't. Again, there has to be enough to change. So if it's a tie, they already called him safe. It's going to be safe.
So they'll challenge this. Buck will.
Think so?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, he gave the sign down.
Well, yeah, I just thought you were.
No, I wasn't guessing.
No, I'm the president. Hey, you have. You can.
Jared Fairchild made the call. Comes in with the home plate umpire, crew chief Gary Cederstrom.
Oh, he's out. Yep, he got it down.
I think he was out
just by a toe.
Yep.
Yeah, toe down. That other angle, much more definitive, I think. If you're looking. Take a look right here. Toe. Yep. Got to get bigger feet, Kevin. Yeah, probably change that.
Just looking around the ballpark today. This is hug day at the ballpark too. Watching all the people that work here, the attendance, a lot of hugs being given by fans, season ticket holders in particular. And the call is out, so it's reversed.
Yeah. So, but not by much. So he got over there. Just you're trying to find the base, also get the foot down on the run. That's not easy to do, especially if you're trying to hurry. And again, Kiermaier didn't run out the fly ball to center, but he was hustling because he thought he might get a base hit, and he's just barely out, but he's out. Yeah, it's funny when we did the opening out on the bridge going over to the warehouse. There was one of the ushers, and I, shaking hand. Everybody kind of recognizes us because I'm traveling with you, And
I understand that.
And right, you can relate to that. But anyway, I was talking to one of the ushers. I said, "How long have you been here?" He said, 27 years. I said, "Well, the park's 25 years old." I said, "You were at Memorial Stadium, weren't you?" And he goes, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah,
oh yeah."
Yeah, we thank all the people who work here. I mean, these people work so hard. They're so loyal. And one of the reasons this is always noted as one of the fan friendliest parks, maybe the one, is because the people who work here are so good at taking care of the fans. They genuinely care, generally concerned.
Well, yeah, the guys that sit in the dugouts. I mean, all the players say, "Hey, we really like to come to this ballpark." Hitters say, "Well, I like to come here because fly balls are home runs." But no, let's get serious. Everybody takes care of us. They care. And I will say this: that is the vast majority of almost every ball club park we go to. Yep. And Hart takes care of Lucas Dudas on 3 breaking balls.
So the second out on the strikeout, Hart needs him to go after one down and away. Logan Morrison coming up, a double and a walk. Morrison, their number 3 hitter against left-handers this season, hitting .227, .245 off righties. 2 down, nobody on. Orioles have the 6-4 lead. Home run by Hardy right now, the difference in the ball game. They got the starter Archer out of there, working just 3 2/3, so that's going to break a streak. The Rays starters had thrown 6 innings or more in 6 straight ball games. That will end in this one.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. Talked about it, and then in the 9 games before, they were all less than 6. So
Hart with 2 down, nobody on. Morrison. Pitch will be taken inside, off speed pitch, 2-0.
And I'm also, I would assume, as we look for Jake Faria, who, as a starter until he had a little oblique problem, was terrific for the Rays. I'm sure Kevin Cash is saying, well, Bundy's going to pitch. He averages 6 pitches an inning, and Britton's not available. We don't have to worry. I can put my lefties together.
2-0 delivery on the way, fouled off. Buck Showalter is not committed on who the pitchers will be in Tampa Bay. And one of the reasons is what we saw today with the left hamstring strain taking Bundy out about a half hour before game time. So where does that leave Dillon? We'll find out after the game as far as another start's concerned.
Yeah, they may not even know about Tuesday. Aaron Gosman's going to pitch in Pittsburgh, and Ynoa's going to go Wednesday, who's coming off a great game. I think ideally he wanted to pitch Gabriel down in Tampa. Just kind of see, okay, how do you do it back to back against a team? They know you a little bit more and all that, but I think because of innings and performance and whatever, the bullpen, you got him back out there, not on a short rest, but just against a different team.
3 ball, 1 strike count on Morrison. Shift on in the infield against him. He'll hit that one into foul territory, ricocheting up for the folks down the line. And a 3 ball, 2 strike count. Day off tomorrow for the Orioles. A strange final week in that they do have to play interleague against Pittsburgh, and it's just 2 games, and there's a day off before and a day off after before they play their final 3 in Tampa Bay. 3-2 the count on Morrison, trying to get it to Corey Dickerson, waiting on deck. Another left-hander, nobody on. Full count delivery. That'll be whacked to center field. That'll be a base hit in front of Joey Rickert. So Morrison, a couple of hits, 3 times up and 3 times on, double, single, and a walk. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Roger McDowell will make his way out to the mound with Dickerson coming to the plate.
Yeah, and Gibbons getting loose. He threw the ball really well a couple of nights ago. It's going to just go out, have a little conversation. Dickerson, who actually hits lefties pretty well, over 300. So how do you feel? Donnie pitched last night briefly. And what are we going to do? We got a young catcher on the left, Chance Sisco.
Oriole relievers, there were 4 of them in the ballgame last night, worked the final 3 innings. Hart, 2/3 of an inning, had 1 strikeout. There's Blyer, Hart, Wright, and Tanner Scott. The Orioles have had to call on the bullpen so much this year, and in game 1 here they had Castro, Blyer, Gibbons, Hart again, and Yacobona. So Hart's been on 3 consecutive games against Tampa Bay. Corey Dickerson has grounded out twice. Double play the first time, 6-3 the second. 2 down. Morrison is on at first base. Rays get their 7th hit of the ball game. And the pitch inside, swinging Chance Sisco around as he had to snare that one, set up away. Ball came in. Glove across the body to get it.
So Dickerson, about almost 70 points higher against left-handed pitching. 23 of his 26 home runs, though, against righties. So he hangs in there.
1-0 count. Defense deep in the outfield. He'll put that one not too deep. That's going to be a Bermuda Triangle base hit. Running all the way, Morrison. They got to play at third base. Throw Mancini, and he is safe. Doing the merry-go-round with his hand in order to make sure he didn't come off the bag. Good try to get him there. And down to second base is Dickerson. He kept on going.
Yeah, I think Mancini, obviously, there's no cutoff man because the play is so shallow. I just think he thinks he can throw him out. And we talked about sustained tags. Manning puts the tag down, and then of course it's one of those quick tags, and he's trying to get him, and then gets his back, and then if he sustained it, able to stay on.
So Gibbons is ready. That takes care of the left-handers. Right-hander coming up now, so Gibbons will come on for Donnie Hart. as it's been all year. They are second this month in runs allowed, ERA 7th, second in innings pitched, opponent batting average in the middle of the pack, and not good with the second most walks.
No, and again, you know, an overused, tired bullpen. I mean, even though Gibbons came in and he pitched 2 innings a couple of nights ago at 27 pitches, so for him actually pretty efficient. A couple innings, only a hit, struck out 1, velocity went up, command was a little bit better, so we'll see how he is after really only a day off. You know, that's the number that has gone up, I think, as the season has progressed, and the innings and the amount of pitches that Michael has thrown, the inherited runner number. Yeah.
This is a big at bat right here with Hechavarria up. He's doubled, scored, and popped out. You got 2 in scoring position. Morrison with the base hits on at third, and Dickerson with the base hit is on at second. They represent the potential tying runs in the ball game here in the 5th inning. Hechavarria has been a tough out for the Orioles, hitting .308 this year and .339 lifetime against the O's for the shortstop. He's picked up 4 RBIs on the season against the Orioles, and a base hit here will add 2 more to it. On the other hand, Gibbons gets the out. The Orioles' 2-run lead remains intact. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Echevarria's 0 for 2 off Gibbons. Ground ball to third. Manny Machado with a pick. He'll make the throw over to first Davis, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on. Orioles up by 2.
Here with the Orioles, 77 home runs his first 3 years, 3 Gold Gloves, and again, I mean, sparkling defense. You know, it's hit to him. It's pretty routine. And then right here, 4-4 ball game, slider, and it's almost like he knew it. Got a great pitch to hit. You can see the bench extremely pleased. It gives the Orioles the lead, gets Archer out of the game. And again, those are your Geico highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit Geico.com to see how much you could save.
A little hazy summer afternoon. The Orioles 6-4.
Well, Jake Faria, and again, I mean, throws the ball downhill. Very, very impressive as a starter. Ended up having an abdominal strain, so he went on the disabled list. And actually, he got his first relief appearance because Matt Andriese took his place. It's not that he can't pitch. I think they just want to kind of back him off in his first full year in the big leagues. So again, retired all 9 Red Sox. And again, fastball, nice little cutter, and really good changeup. He could pitch. Big guy.
Faria will be in the mix come next year for the starting rotation, depending on who returns. Orioles will bat with a 2-run lead here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Joey Rickard will get his first at bat. He came on for Adam Jones, defensive replacement. Adam had a big double in the first inning and a couple of RBIs before he came out with the body soreness. Pitch Up and in.
Yeah.
And a 1-0 count on Rickard.
Yeah, he's not a blazer. I mean, you know, he's not Tommy Hunter coming out and throwing 96 to 99. But, you know, again, what was so impressive, he can pitch to both sides of the plate with a little cutter and nice changeup and more right there. I mean, so you think it's hittable, and Joey Rickard has a nice swing at it, but you just don't always get to it.
24-year-old from Anaheim, California. 35-31 in the minor leagues coming into this season. A lot of starts. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Rickard will hold up on the pitch away. And again, as Tampa Bay's done throughout this series, on almost all of the Oriole right-handed hitters, they put that infield around, playing him to pull. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery, and the pitch will be outside. So 3-1.
Nope, he actually called that a strike. Yep, a late strike.
2-2.
A little bit off the plate. Well, 13 starts for Jake Faria, and only once has he given over 3 runs. I mean, that ball's so far outside. But
here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Popped up down the line, long run. Malik Smith in foul territory, hauls it in. So 1 away, Rickard is retired. Well, we invite you to caption this. Check out @Masson Orioles on Instagram. Provide your best caption for this photo. 1 lucky commenter will win a signed Chris Davis bat from Antwerpen Toyota. Follow @Masson Orioles on Instagram for more info and to enter. Get in the game this season with a new Toyota from Antwerpen Toyota. So many people, when they see that, wish they had a direct line into our headset or mine. I just know. So they could tell me.
Well, weren't you wishing Rick Dempsey a happy birthday? I mean, you told me that.
That's what I was told. I didn't remember the picture, but apparently that's what Mike and I were doing. We were wishing Rick a happy birthday. 0-1 pitch on the way, and that will be taken up high. Chris Davis, a walk, a single, RBI, a run scored. Chris has had a good year against Tampa Bay, hitting .304 with a home run. Now has 4 RBIs against them this year. Faria's delivery will be taken up high and away, and a 2 ball 1 strike count. Heading into the final week of the 2017 season, and not a whole lot left to be decided. Boston, New York will decide the East, but the Red Sox have a 4-game lead over New York for the division. Cleveland's won. Houston's going to take the West. Nationals, of course, have clinched. Chicago, Milwaukee in the National League Central. That's going to go on a little bit longer. Cardinals are also in the mix, but it's a 9-game makeup that Milwaukee's got to do to catch the Cubs. And barring one of baseball's great miracles, it's not going to happen. Chris Davis out of there, 2 down.
Yeah, really nice changeup, perfectly located. This is what Jake Faria does. You can see him turn it over. He's a strike thrower, in and out. Add a little, take a little bit off. And anytime you get a young pitcher, and you talked about over the years, there have been so many great arms that have come out as starters in this Tampa Bay Ray organization. He's one of them. I mean, 1 game over 3 runs in 13 starts your rookie year.
Hayes will take the pitch outside. Hayes has grounded out a couple of times, once into a double play. National League wildcards up for grabs. 4 teams remaining. Arizona, Colorado have the spots right now. Milwaukee, St. Louis still have a chance, and they really do. Milwaukee's only a game behind Colorado for the 2nd spot, and the Cardinals only a game and a half behind. Cardinals have had one of those big roller coaster years this year. At times seemingly just not very good at all. They've won 81 games now.
Well, they got a great organization. They you know, teams like that, they usually figure out a way to win. I mean, they may not win their division. It's kind of like the Orioles. I think that's why it's been kind of a shock. And there's the numbers you were talking about right there. Milwaukee with a big comeback win against the Cubs yesterday. Walk-off home run by Travis Shaw, who had a great year after being traded from the Red Sox.
Arizona will have the wild card top spot. Pop that one up. Shift was on right field. Smith's got time to get in and under it, though, and we'll put it away. So the O's are retired in order. We've completed 5. Final home game of the season. Orioles up. Hero, that is Sandy Rissett. She's the founder of Show Your Soft Side. Manny Machado, Buck Showalter have been involved. It's a campaign featuring celebrities and athletes in how to treat your pet and prevent animal abuse. She's raised over $500,000 for Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. She has a Project Runway event that helps to raise money for it. And congratulations to Sandy Rissett and your work in Show Your Soft Side. And the Orioles thanking all the fans here in the final home game. And have the lead 6-4. Michael Gibbons continues on the mound. Pitch will be taken away. He got the final out in that 5th inning, leaving 2 in scoring position. Brad Miller faces him here. Miller's had an RBI base hit and he is flied out. Sucre will follow, and then Smith.
Yeah, so for Michael Gibbons, again, a lot of games. You know, the 66 last year. This will be his 67th here. He's 17-3. Again, a converted infielder. Never got higher than AA Bowie. They brought him to the big leagues. So if you look, you know, always trying to compare numbers to numbers. Let's see, strikeouts down a little bit, but they were over 11.5 per 9 innings. They're still over 9. And you can see why. I mean, he's got a good fastball, good slider, and changeup coming. Hits down better than last year. Pitch count down better than last year. Home runs up a little bit per 9 innings. So a lot of improvements.
2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and that'll be up and away. The American League, if the playoffs started today, Cleveland would play at home against Minnesota. Boston would go to Houston, which would be interesting because that's where Boston's going to be for the final 4 games of the regular season. Final series. They could end up playing Houston conceivably 9 times in a row if they ended up having to play them in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, I mean, what you mean, Minnesota or the Yankees could.
Minnesota, the Yankees.
Yeah, you forgot the Yankees will really get a lot of guys.
Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah.
Well, by the way, are losing to Toronto.
That ball put in the air to center. Joey Rickards underneath that one. He's got it. Miller is retired. Make every day game day with the official Orioles Maryland license plate. To date, more than $135,000 have been raised for our community through the Orioles Charitable Foundation, thanks to sales of these license plates. For more information, get the official Maryland license plate by finding out about it at Orioles.com/plates. Yankees right now, of course, would be the first wild card team. In by the hands on that one, and Sucre backs off.
Which, if you're sitting at home, means that if they maintain that Minnesota, if they win, will have to come to Yankee Stadium, face Severino, probably be Santana and him, and then the winner will go play the team with the best record, which will be Cleveland.
Good change here in the final week. 1-1 delivery on the way. Down and away from Michael Gibbons. Orioles have Blyer up in the pen. One ball, 2-strike pitch on the way, and that will be there on the corner.
Yep. Sucre, you know, home run, single, change up in the middle of the plate, slider in the middle of the plate, fastball in the corner. They'll get the equipment on. Hot day, need a little more time to get dressed. Perfect pitch. I mean, right where the glove of Chance Cisco is.
So there are 2 down, and that'll bring up Smith. He has struck out, flied out. Alex Smith.
You would think he'd try to bunt his way on here at some point. You would think he'd be the type of player that would bunt once a game.
And he's just off the grass at third base, and Davis in a couple of steps, 3 steps at first.
Yeah, Gibbons is, again, as we mentioned, a converted infielder, very, very good fielder. But if you drag the ball, that means, you know, you bunt it to first, you're just trying to beat the pitcher. You know, first baseman is going to have to come get it, and then you beat him to the bag. They're looking for base runners. And I don't mean walks, even though they take that.
Inside, not where Gibbons wanted it, and the count will go to 3-0 on Smith. So Smith trying to get on with 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. Both teams have had a shot at being on top. Rays got the first run, but the Orioles answered with 4 in that first inning. 3-0 delivery on the way, and he was taking some kind of a little movement of the bat. 3-1.
Yeah, and if you're Michael Gibbons, he's been around long enough, even if you've been converted to a pitcher, that make him put the ball in play.
3-1 popped up. Hardy going back. Mancini coming in. Mancini will get there and put it away. So a good inning. Michael Gibbons retires the side in order. Bottom third coming up for the O's. .33 home runs, all as a shortstop. 512 home runs have been hit by shortstops this year. That is the most in any single season in history. The 17th season also the first in which there were at least 500 home runs hit by every position, infield and outfield. Think about that. And Chris Davis of Oakland, 42 home runs last year, 40 this year. He's just the 7th player in history to hit at least 40 home runs each of his first 2 seasons with a team. The other Chris Davis. And there'll be more to come here in the final week as a new record will be established for home runs in a season and strikeouts in a year. As we mentioned the other night, it'll be the 11th consecutive season in which strikeouts have gone up in the majors.
Yeah, the amazing thing about all those home runs, the lowest, since in 2014, since 1992, something like that, for home runs, and then all of a sudden you get the most ever. A matter of 2.5 years. So it can't just be the bat.
Wild swings in numbers.
Premium on home runs. Air it out.
Alvarez fouls it off. Alvarez reached on an error and would score in the 4th inning on the Hardy home run. Also has an RBI base hit. The DH got that in the 1st inning.
Yeah, again, when you put 4 on the board against Chris Archer, you've done your work. You got a change up to hit it into right field, drove in the 4th run.
And a swing and a miss on that one. 1 and 2.
Yeah, and there's one of those change ups. Good fade, good location. Yeah, I think Chris Archer was trying to do that. He just got a ball in the middle of the plate to Chris Davis. Looked like a change, and the same to Alvarez, and they made him pay.
Faria with a 1-2 pitch, and that'll be up. 2-ball, 2-strike count.
What, 24 years old, worked his way through his minor league. 10th rounder out of, as you mentioned, California. Again, 35 and 31 in the minor leagues, but with a very low earned run average, a little over 3 runs a game.
Full count. Alvarez. Shift on against him, and he'll go after it. And will he be a strikeout victim, the second for Faria?
Well, we were talking about last night, how do you sell the change? It's all about arm speed, You know, sometimes, and this is not only arm speed, but also good location because it's down below the strike zone. The illusion it is going to stay up. That's the book on Pedro Alvarez. You know, if you're going to throw him a fastball, keep it up and in, and otherwise try to change speeds. And Faria was able to do that.
Hardy with the home run, his 4th of the year. Good for 2 RBIs, and right now they are the go-ahead runs. Pitch is taken at the knees for a strike. Ryan Wagner, the PA announcer here at the ballpark, saying the other day he's got, I don't know if he did it yet this weekend, hope so. He'd never met JJ, and Ryan, wherever he goes, it's that J Hardy, which the fans have picked up on. There's Ryan. And he said, I've never even met JJ, and yet everywhere I go, that's what I'm associated with. That's what people say to me is J Hardy. So he was going to try and get down and say hi. Fouled away. And knowing JJ, there would be a big thank you in that because it's been a fun thing for the fans every time he comes to the plate. 0-2 count. Hardy to be followed by Cisco. Infield swung around, playing him to pull, and he does, and gets a base hit. The JJ's on with a single, 2-hit ball game.
Yeah, I'm imagining that when Jim Hickey, who's a pitching coach for Tampa, said, okay, boys, what don't we want to do? We don't want to speed up the bat for JJ Hardy. Archer did it with a slider. He had a 2-run home run. Faria gets one up in the zone. It looked like a little cutter or slider. Speeds it up. Another base hit, and JJ says, thank you very much.
Conversation with Morrison while Chance Cisco steps in. Cisco has struck out, grounded out, getting the start behind the plate today. Thought he was going to be catching Dylan Bundy. Dylan Bundy gets scratched with the left hamstring strain, and Tillman came on to start. Tillman 4 runs, 6 hits over 4. Archer worked only 3 2/3, 6 runs, 5 earned, 8 hits.
You know, it's funny. I try to be objective in the broadcasting booth, but when you get to players like JJ Hardy, and you played in a former era, you go, he's an old school guy. He never hits a home run. I mean, just puts his head down and runs around the bases. Have you ever seen him do anything demonstrative other than maybe make a great play or hit a home run or whatever on the field?
Nope.
I mean, it's just and he's been here 7 years now. He just. I guess some people, the modern day player, would say, well, he's kind of very vanilla. I find it refreshing. He does what you're supposed to do. They pay him a lot of money to catch the ball, which he does, to win Gold Gloves, which he did, to hit home runs, which he did, and he did it. Simple, black and white, done.
That ball hit high in the air to right field. Cisco got under that one and at the wall. Goodbye, home run. Chance Cisco delivers the long ball in his first start behind the plate. It'll be his 2nd home run and the first one in his home yard.
Yeah, got one up at Yankee Stadium. And Faria, that's going to double the lead, 6-4 to 8-4. It's a great place to hit. Way out at Yankee Stadium, but Camden Yards a little bit farther to right center at 373 to the power alley and left, and he'll get the sunflower seed shower. So Hardy, who gets on a slider, similar pitches. JJ gets a cutter or whatever he calls it up in the zone, speeds up the bat, 2-0. Tries to have a little movement. Chance can say, okay, Archer's gone, 97's gone, and it's just a fastball in the middle of the plate. And a nice smooth swing.
Congratulations to Chance Cisco. Gets one here at home. And the Orioles do increase their lead. Swung on a miss by Trey Mancini, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Purcell Mosby, our Maryland lottery contestant, that's another $500. 2 home runs, $500 for each.
And we told Purcell early.
Come through.
Yep. And
he did. 10 hits for the Orioles. 8 runs on 10 hits now. Mancini with a 13-game hit streak that he's not been able to extend yet in this ball game, trying to do it right here.
Yeah, pretty good pitch to hit there. And of course, Faria, when he's starting, again, doesn't throw a lot of home runs. You're getting loose. And they had 15 guys in their bullpen. Plenty of arms.
1-2 delivery. Mancini chop at one that was inside. Faria will get his third strikeout.
Yeah, that's a nice changeup. Again, a lot of movement, good location, a lot of finish on that pitch. And the bottom just drops out.
I'll bring on Manny Machado. Manny has had 2 hits. He's got a 7-game hit streak now. 2 for 3 in the ball game. 5 for 17 in this 4-game set. He's had a home run, 3 RBIs. The Orioles trying to make it a 2-2 4-game series here in the homestand. They have won only 1. 1-5, trying to finish it up positively here at the ballpark. This final game of the season here. During the homestand prior to this game, they were averaging only 3.3 runs per game, and even less than that over the month of September. 1-0 delivery. Manny will take off-speed pitch that's in there for a strike. 1-1. Shift put on against Manny in the infield as well. Foul ball the other way into the seats. And a 1-2 count. Discover Venice on Florida's Gulf Coast, recently recognized as one of the top 2 happiest seaside towns in America by Coastal Living. Plan now at visitsarasota.com. Faria with a 1-2. And Manny will go down swinging. 4 strikeouts, with the Orioles get the big blow. Hardy delivered a single with 1 out. And then Chance Sisco delivers the long one, his 2nd home run of the year, 2 RBIs. Orioles have an 8-4 lead. Is brought to you by M&T Bank, understanding what's important, and by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, your workers' compensation insurance company. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer, great to have you with us Sunday afternoon, wrapping up the home part of the 2017 season. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody knew how to tie balloons.
Well, then right next door too. Look.
Got a couple of them there.
Well, Gibbons will probably pitch to Robertson, and that's why Blyer is getting loose in the Oriole bullpen, because then you have a array. Let's see, Kiermaier due to Morrison, Dickerson, 4 lefties coming up.
Robertson is struck out, grounded out. Gibbons, breaking ball, is going to miss inside. Michael Gibbons coming on, got 1 out in the 5th. Faced only 3 in the that came on to get the 3 in a row in the 6th inning. So a chance here to have a nice finish at home for him. Pitch will be taken inside. Donnie Hart came on, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. 2-1 delivery on the way. and fouled off outside of third. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. You ready to pitch in the bullpen? There's a comma there. You ready to pitch, comma,
Yeah.
is in the bullpen. Here's the 2-2, and that'll be foul back and out of play. Red Sox have come back to tie Cincinnati 4-4. They were down by 3 in that ball game earlier. Boston hanging on to a 4-game edge for the division lead over the Yankees. 2-2. Yankees have clinched. They're going to go one way or the other. Swung on and missed, and he will walk away. Strikeout for Gibbons, his second. And that'll be it for Michael Gibbons.
Yeah, nice little slider. So Michael, again, back-to-back games, comes in and does a nice job. Perfect pitch, perfect location.
That'll bring Blyer on with Kiermaier coming up. We are in the 7th inning. The Orioles have the 8-4 lead. Looking for the win at home, and a nice round for Gibbons. For the year Tuesday, it'll be in Pittsburgh. Kevin Gosman will be on the mound against Trevor Williams. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30 with O's Extra presented by Jeep. Game coverage will be at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Oh, there you go. The Orioles against the Pirates early on when they were playing well. Boy, they do a number on a lot of runs in all categories. Out homer them. Starter ERA, of course, for the Orioles, not good, but they still end up winning because they score so much runs. So Blyer now the 3rd straight appearance. And again, good numbers across the board. Came in last night. They got hurt by his defense, gave up 2 runs, but they were both unearned. Pitched 1 inning, 1 hit.
Blyer's working 3 consecutive games as well. Backhanded by Scope. Kiermaier is retired, so he's 1 for 4 with a home run in the 1st inning. 2 down here in the 7th.
Yeah, that was the perfect example of what Bobby Dickerson told us and you explained about an infielder going to the glove side and not trying to get in front of it, just knowing, you know, again, your balance and your strength and your, you know, how good your hands are, and then the arm strength doesn't hurt.
And Orioles have that in the infield all the way around. Here is Dudo for 3 in the ball game, 2 for 15 in the series. Mancini over, not going to get this one. Duda will make the turn. Mancini handles it cleanly, and Duda's on with a base hit, so a 2-out single here in the 7th inning. Follow all the Orioles chatter on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and be among the first to receive breaking news straight from the team. Plus, connect with the Oriole Bird on Twitter @OrioleBird to learn about all of his off-season community appearances and activities. Orioles.com/connect.
Yeah, Darren O'Day, who's been lights out over the last 6-7 weeks. Morrison actually got hit by a pitch by Blyer.
He'll go after the first pitch. Hardy, who was in the shift, will make the play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. One final 7th inning stretch here at Camden Yards for the year. All new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Back here at Camden Yards, 7th inning stretch time. Orioles lead it by a score of 8-4. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer. You're gonna go home now.
No, well,
it's not right. It's not fair.
Well, I know.
It's
well,
not...
you know, I did my time in Pittsburgh. We had 2 great World Series in '71 and '79. We made a lot of people happy, so I've already done that.
Thanks. It's been a great year.
Oh no, it's
Seriously.
been a great year. You know, we always fun. And thanks so much for watching. You know, again, in a perfect world, the Orioles always win, and everything's happy. But then again, I did 14 straight losing seasons. So again, people have put up with us again. But thank you so much for that. And I enjoy it because you make it so much fun. In fact, I just want to say thanks to our whole production crew because we're the kind of the faces or the voices of the Orioles, but the people behind the scenes do a terrific job.
Gosh.
And I want to thank him for that.
Yep.
It's a pleasure to come here because kind of like when I pitched, you figure if you stay here long enough, you're going to win a lot of games because you had a lot of great players behind. The same thing in television. It doesn't happen just by the guys that talk.
Not an accident. The right shots come up on the screen at the right time. Not as Kevin gives us all the stats sitting over here. You can't get him on camera because then he'd be swarmed with requests from younger women who would be interested in
Karen,
getting a phone number. Karen, who runs our booth here, she absolutely refuses. Can't even get a picture of her to take home, but she's always here hiding in the corner up against the wall. Thank you. Just part of the great staff that we have here.
We got Buck in the background.
Got Buck in the background there. Yep. And hopefully next year we'll see you again.
Well, that's the great thing about, you can erase everything that happened. If you win, you don't want to erase it. And then if you don't play as well as you can, even though you didn't play up your expectations, you come back and you start all over again. And yeah, that's the great thing about baseball.
Beauty of the game, whether it be season to season or game to game, you get another chance. So Jonathan Scope will lead it off here as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Hughes come on to do the pitching, and Scope will take it for a ball. Ji-Wei Yu, just his 5th game. Another one of the pitchers Tampa Bay wants to take a look at, part of what goes on here at this point of the season. And a foul ball over the top delivery and a 2-strike count. Jonathan has had 2 hits, 2 singles, 2 for 3 in the ball game. Faria came on in relief, gave up that home run to Cisco, so he got charged with a couple of runs. 0-2 pitch on the way, over the top of it, and that'll be another foul ball. Scope will be followed by Joey Rickert, and then Chris Davis will be coming up. Right-hander's 0-2 pitch. Almost caught the blouse inside.
Yep. Yeah, I think they pronounce his last name. I mean, it says in the press guide H-O-O, so it'll be what Chi-Wei Hu, and you know, starter last year, reliever this year after May, and he's been up what 6 times? Yeah, 6 times back and forth this year. You know, spot start once. So again, pretty good arm set. You know, again they decide maybe he doesn't have 3 pitches, so he'd be out of the bullpen.
One final time with the Shadows on a sunny afternoon.
So that's what you always know. You know when you're getting into postseason. And when I was a kid, I used to watch the Yankee games growing up in New York. It had the Shadows at Yankee Stadium. Of course, it was black and white. You really just couldn't tell a whole lot. It was white and dark. Now you can see the green and the shadows creep in. Boy, really, and again, sometimes when you get into the playoff format, when you get those twilight games, and that's why pitching is so important in the playoffs. Sometimes games are very, very hard to see the ball.
Scope with a 2-ball 2-strike count. His delivery on the way, and he got him inside off the fist. That'll be down the left side. Now we'll stay at 2-2, and Jonathan Scope getting a look at the right-hander's stuff. This will be the 8th pitch of the at bat for Jonathan. '23-year-old out of Taiwan, working on the mound. 2-2 delivery, went down and away, foul back. First major league experience this year.
Yeah, I don't know what that pitch he was throwing inside. I mean, I know what that was. That was 96 on the corner, and Jonathan was able to foul it off. And but again, I don't know if that's a split or whatever, or maybe I can't imagine it'd be that much different in velocity if it was 2-seam fastball. So it's something that he tries to get. And you can see again they're going to try to come in on Jonathan.
2-2 delivery. Came in too far. Count will be full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we had
over from Minnesota in a 3-way deal that was cut by Tampa Bay back in 2015. Chi-Wei Hu with a 3-2. Scope will rip that one down the line, and that's going to be a fair ball. Off the wall on one hop. On his way to second base, throw coming in, and he's in with a double.
Yeah, Jonathan hit it so hard, 108 miles per hour off the bat. I mean, he comes flying around first base, and then says, you know, I better really hurry up because Dickerson actually makes a nice play. I mean, this is just a rocket into the corner. Great angle right here. You see it hook. That's what right-handers do down the line, and then there's a nice throw. But right there, the play's in front of you, so he just kind of speeds it up. And nice afternoon for Jonathan.
11 hits for the Orioles. 3 of them have come off Jonathan's bat. And for Scope, that's his 8th 3-hit ball game of the year. 52nd multi-hit game.
Yeah, Jose Alvarado, that throws in the upper 90s, getting loose.
Joey Rickert flied out, only a bat, 5th inning. He came on for Adam Jones. Adam had a big 2 RBI double first inning. Clearly struggling though with the soreness in the hip and the legs, and trying to chase a long fly ball down the next inning, and so came out, and Rickert came on in his place.
Now you'd like to think Joey tried to hit one to the right side. You know, we saw 9-1 got close last night, so you never ever know that you have enough runs. Still got to play good baseball even if you're in the 7th with a 4-run lead.
He does go the other way. Productive out, played at first. Morrison to the bag. So a runner at third with only 1 away. Your breakout MLB season is on Nintendo Switch. RBI Baseball 2017 Fast-paced pick-up-and-play MLB action packed with your favorite teams, players, ballparks, and more. Get RBI Baseball today for Nintendo Switch and learn more at rbigame.com. So the infield will be drawn in an 8-4 ball game. The Orioles on top. Chris Davis will have that benefit. He had an RBI single in the first inning, also scored one of the 4 first-inning runs. He has struck out, drawn a walk. Scope will be off third base. Davis will take it up high for a ball.
You know, that's how important the record ground ball, simplest thing, and play good baseball. Double, get them over. Especially maybe not early in the game, but in this case, when you're trailing by 4, if you're Kevin Cash, you have to bring your infield in, make Chris Davis a better hitter, give him a chance to get an RBI.
1-0. Little chopper, runner coming, will score easily. Only play is going to be on Davis. He'll stop. Logan Morrison will walk up and tag him.
Yeah, I'm not sure he had that in mind. One-handed swing on a splitter, but it worked. And again, just think, if he doesn't get him, what do you have? You have the second out. The runner would advance. But again, right here, I mean, just put it in play, which is a good thing. Well, Morrison, as the run scores to make it 9-4, just going to tag him out. So an RBI, productive at bat.
Chris Davis, 2 RBIs in the ball game today, 60 on the year. Orioles 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And here's Hayes. Base is clear. There are 2 down. And Hayes will take the pitch inside. Hayes with an 0 for 3 in the ball game. He's had 4 hits, 14 at bats in the series, 3 RBIs in this 4-game set against the Rays. 1-0 delivery on the way, and a big cut, helmet off. 1-1.
Yeah, I think you'll see Austin Hayes and hopefully Scott Kuhlbach, and a lot of the coaches will be back in spring training, but this is a little slider. So you can see, I mean, home run swing. I don't know if that's going to work on sliders at this level. So again, you'll see him in spring training, primarily pull hitter. He'll still hit his home runs, but use the middle of the field. It'll keep you on the breaking ball just a touch.
Back inside to him there, 1-2.
But I don't know of too many good young hitters that come to the big leagues that are pull hitters that have success. I will say that my rookie year, Kurt Blefrey, we showed his numbers in a couple of our rookie numbers. He ended up being the rookie of the year. He was a pull hitter, but he was an exception.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Hayes will foul that one off. We haven't mentioned Tim Beckham came out of the ball game with a hamstring yesterday, not available today. So the hamstring problem continues. He'll be here in Baltimore and have that worked on tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens in Pittsburgh on Tuesday. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hayes will foul that back into the screen. So Hayes ready to make a bid come next year for an outfield position with the Orioles. Wait for an interesting spring training again.
Well, he's certainly ready defensively. I will say that. I mean, outstanding play, but throws, hits the cutoff man, gets to the ball, great jumps.
1-2 will just miss.
Takes some nerve right there. 9-4 game, twilight. Probably held his breath, hoping that Gary Cederstrom did not put the arm up. And
don't turn around and look. 2-2 delivery on the way to him. Hayes will hit it hard to center.
Oh, knuckleball.
And that one was going towards left field, hauled in by Kiermaier. Kiermaier had to chase that one around a little bit and indicating, hey, that ball really cut on me. Whoa, here I go. Looks like a greyhound, doesn't he? And made a catch. we've been thanking people who've made our broadcast possible. We've got a special one for you here this afternoon. Gene Matty Matthews is our replay operator, member of this great crew for almost 60 years. He started on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1958 in New York. He has covered everything: news, politics, sports, presidential elections, inaugurations, starting with Eisenhower. He's gone to the Olympics, and of course his beloved Orioles that he's covered for all these years. We thank him. Great professionalism, always a great effort, game in and game out here with our broadcasts on Mathens, and we really appreciate it. Gene Matty Matthews, our replay operator, thank you. What a great career. Wow.
58, Ed Sullivan.
That's a lot of stuff.
Sunday night at 8. Well, he missed Elvis. And probably Barbara Streisand, because I mean, if you were anybody, he probably, I don't know if he missed Jackie Mason when Ed cut his act shorts. Yeah, well, yeah, everybody. No, if you were anybody, you were on Ed Sullivan.
That's what a career that is. Talk about seeing an industry change.
Ed Sullivan Show. Everything was live back then. You know, when we went to spring training in Miami when I was 19, didn't drink, so he had a kind of Maury, wrote for one of the little rags, you know, not a regular newspaper in Miami Beach, and he said, hey, you know, Jim, what are you doing Saturday night? I go, nothing. I'm gonna go back to my hotel. He goes, come on, we're going to Miami Beach Auditorium. Jackie Gleason live, 8 o'clock. Honeymooners, the whole thing, you know, I mean, and you're a kid, and, oh yeah, it was something.
Na, 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 na. The Honeymooners. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch on the way, and that'll be towards second, just under the glove of Jonathan Scope. Corey Dickerson. He'll get his second hit, 2 for 4 in the ball game. And here in the 8th inning, that'll be it, as Blyer will be coming out of there with the right-handers coming up. So the Orioles on top by a score of 9-4. Will go to the bullpen for the 4th time on this afternoon.
Early on, and then all of a sudden everything straightened out. More strikeouts by far than innings pitched. Doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. I mean, look at the numbers. Lefties. I mean, actually Dickerson hits left-handed pitchers better than righties. Sure, Buck knew that. He didn't. Somebody should have told him. But the bottom line, he probably wanted to see if Blyer could get him out. So again, you know, he's done a nice job in inherited runners. That's also where you get a grade. So we probably, let's see, 20 out of 25, 80%. That'd probably be an A-. But again, he's just making his pitches, and boy, you know, he's gotten back to where you can count on him, and they're looking for outs. And of course, you know what Tampa Bay is looking for, down by 5.
Hechavarria double, 1 for 3 in the ball game, scored a run. Kiermaier has RBI on the homer. Miller's picked up an RBI and a base hit. Sucre has had 2 RBIs on a home run. Tampa Bay, though, got their runs in the first 2 innings and have been shut down since then. 1-0 count. Darren O'Day Echeverria will be followed by Miller. Sucre, if they get that far. Runner at first base, Dickerson. O'Day with a high set. Pitch on the way to him. Fouls that one off down the first base side. Not any kind of a lead at first. Take a look. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. O'Day's pitch. The riser will be up. Didn't go after it. And a 2-ball 1-strike count. Orioles have done a good job. Chris Tillman once by that second inning. Put a couple of good innings in. Bullpen has done their part. And so is the offense today. 2-1 delivery. Chopper back to the mound. O'Day waiting. A little off the mark. No throw back to first, off balance as Scope came over to take the throw.
Well, again, I think one of the hardest plays is when especially when it's not hit hard. I mean, you got to read the speed, and then there's a mound. I mean, there's been a lot of guys out there, so you catch it. Now you're throwing uphill. And again, if you keep your hands together, you can take a little crow hop. The minute you separate your hands, and he did that, all of a sudden you're a little more off balance. And then all of a sudden, the veteran part of baseball kicks in, the IQ of knowing how to play the game, and you go, I better get one, and he does. But that's all you get.
And Scope held on, not making the throw over. He was off balance on the catch. Here's Brad Miller, RBI base hit. And he has flied out twice. Runner at first, now one down. We'll pop that one back up and out of play.
See, that was a textbook on why you're always taught when you catch the ball, keep your hands together, because you before the pitches, you have a signal, you know who's covering. But again, because balls are sometimes hit back the middle, even if the shortstop, say Hardy said he's going to cover, but what if Scope gets a better break and he's closer to the bag? Keep your hands together, then you can easily kind of take that extra step. If they're separated, it ruins your balance, and you kind of saw that.
Brad Miller, 1 for 4 off O'Day. The 0-1 delivery to him. Big high front foot kick on that swing and chopped down on it. 0-2 count on Miller. Miller this season against the Orioles has hit only 185. Their second baseman. Another position that this ball club will be taking a look at in the offseason.
Well, of course, that article that you were talking about, it said that, well, okay, arbitration, because he'd be eligible. The salary goes to somewhere in the $4 million range as he waves at a high fastball. It just goes right up the ladder. Again, I mean, risk position for Darren, he can make the ball, just kind of rise a little bit, gets underneath it. And again, just there's your rising fastball, even though it's only 88. Movement, very important, along with the location. Yeah, I guess the question is, do they want to pay a guy that's hitting under 200 $4 million? And that may be what Miller would get at arbitration.
Matt Duffy, question mark, injuries prevented him from playing. Robertson, who we've seen at third base, can play second base. Possibility of a move to be made there. Darren O'Day, a 1-0 count. Sucre's picked up the home run, his 7th, 2 RBIs, second inning. Also has a single, and he has been called out on strikes. Jesus Sucre, runner at first base. Throttled way back to 81 miles an hour and had him way out in front of it. So the swinging strike will even the count up at 1-1. Sucre's faced O'Day only once, 0 for 1. Full shadows on the hitter and the sun shining on the mound. Pretty good lead at first. Echeverria. Slider taken outside. And a 2-ball 1-strike count. Minnesota beating Detroit again today, 10-4. Twins have really come on strong here the last week, solidifying their spot, second wild card.
No, I think schedules had something to do with it. The fact that they've had a lot of young players that have gelled. They along with teams. Well, the Angels have speed, but the Red Sox, the Twins make a game like a track meet. That's how quick they are. And even Sano he just got back. So congratulations to Paul Molitor. 100 losses last year, and you make this kind of comeback.
Big turnaround season for the Twins.
Amazing year for him.
So great 2-ball 2-strike count. Boston's beaten Cincinnati 5-4 today. Reds another team in the restructure mode. 2-2 pitch on the way. Reached for it, put it up in the air. Called for by Joey Rickert, and he will make the catch and retire the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Orioles leading it 9-4. Produced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Final game, and the Orioles trying to put a W up as they leave here for the final road trip. They lead at 9-4.
Yeah, hard throwing Jose Alvarado out of Venezuela, Maracaibo. So again, he's been up and down. Average fastballs at 98. Apparently, he's hit over 100. Second hardest velocity since Fernando Rodney. And I tell you what, they get a nice little press card. In his spare time, he enjoys hunting iguanas and paca, a large rodent found in Central and South America. He frequently catches 3-foot iguanas and says they taste like chicken. So there you go.
So why would you eat iguanas?
Well, you'd rather eat chicken?
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's more iguanas maybe where
everything tastes like chicken, so find something different. Come on.
Well, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Last game, I don't know if I can really linger
where
too
that
much.
Started.
Yeah. What? Oh, wait, it tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, but have you had?
It's a hot pepper.
Have you had
like
chicken in a sous vide machine yet?
Chicken in a what?
You know, a sous vide is where you actually put it in water, and then you brown it. You know, saute it on a whole different. It won't taste like chicken.
Taste like chicken?
No. Well,
so you have chicken that doesn't taste like chicken.
Which is probably what iguana tastes like.
That's what you're after.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what iguana or a paca would be in a sous vide. Yeah, you fill it up, you put it in a plastic bag, seal it, put it in there 140 degrees for maybe an hour. You know, saute whatever you, and it could be steak or whatever, and it's the tenderness. Voila. Oh, yeah. How do I know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
I've eaten that.
Okay. So on the way home, I'm going to stop in, pick up a couple of plastic bags,
and then just
buy some water.
It's like $100 for the sous vide machine. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do eggs. You can do, you can do a multitude of things in it. Or you can have your people do it.
Your people.
Like my wife.
Yeah.
Who can really cook. She can. And she enjoys it. You just got to snack until that 1 hour is done. Going crazy. And we just saute this thing. I don't care if it tastes good. I just want something to eat.
Some chicken while you're waiting.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And the pitch is taken for a strike.
Well, you're right. You just saute chicken. You get it really standing up, and then you eat the chicken early, and then you have the stuff that doesn't taste like chicken but really is chicken, you know, about an hour later, or hour and 10 minutes after you saute it. So it's
2 ball, 1 strike count here on Alvarez. Orioles batting in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alvarado, that'll be a base hit. I don't think there's much question. If you get Alvarez into games where he consistently gets at bats, he can simply hit.
Well, we saw that last year. You know, he came over from the National League and he hit 22 home runs. The Orioles did go to the playoffs, won 89 games, and he was a big part second half. You know, does he strike out? Yes, but I tell you what, if you hang a breaking ball or you get a fastball in the middle of the plate, I don't care if it's 97, he's going to do some damage. So again, they're standing for Hardy. What an afternoon he's had.
Believing this will be his final game here as an Oriole. Home run, single, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. If it is a finish, what a way to go. Alvarado's delivery to him, and that will be taken for a strike.
Yeah, Alvarado signed back, and then they did what you really, I think, you would like to do with guys that have power arms. We told you how he's done Venezuela. He started the first 4 years, you know, not that effective, especially the 4th year. And then you decide, you know, can he have starter stuff or can he be in the bullpen?
0-1 delivery, goes to third base, not hit hard. 1 relay, not in time. Alvarez retired on the force out, but Hardy on.
Well, they're cheering every ground ball he catches, which is, you know, again, I think you got to appreciate that, especially if you're a former pitcher. And they cheer the fact that he, you know, they don't turn the double play because he hustles.
So JJ, an emotional day for him here at the ballpark.
You know, when he said, well, I'll see you somewhere around, I said, well, you know, don't think you're not either going to play or coach or eventually manage or whatever. He's got that kind of baseball acumen that, you know, you figure somebody's going to want him in the game.
Jan Cisco has had a home run, his first here in this ballpark, second of his major league career. He has struck out and grounded out. 1 down, runner on at first base. Alvarado's delivery down low, and our Lexus of Towson drive the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6-4 at this time. I mean, it's anybody's game. You know, Faria has been pitching well, and, you know, out of the bullpen, even though he hadn't done it a whole lot, retired all the Red Sox that he faced in 3 innings, and all of a sudden it's 8-4. It gives you a little bit of cushion, and then they add another run.
0-1 delivery will be a strike. Lexus of Towson, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer, 7 straight years. Come see why at LexusofTowson.com. Orioles with a 12-hit attack. The Rays have 10. Orioles leading it 9-4. Orioles have left only 3 on base. They've gotten them home. 6 left on by the Rays. Alvarado's got an 0-2 count, and a swing and a miss. Strikeout recorded, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, again, I don't care what you throw, 97, 100, or whatever. You finish your breaking ball like this. It's exactly where you want to throw it. And you got a young hitter at the plate. You know, he knows how hard you throw, and then you throw, at least the illusion is it's a strike the ball breaking ball, and that's the quality breaking ball to throw in that count.
2 down.
So hitting streak on the line, 13.
Yeah. 13. Runner off first base. Trey Mancini is going to keep it alive. A roller into right field, and it is a 14-game hit streak as he picks up the 2-out single here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Well, he may shake his head, but he goes, yep, it counts. Hey, how many line drives have you hit anybody? Take it. So 14 straight hits. Looks fastball, and, you know, one of the scouts walked by in the press room. He said, I would never throw this guy a fastball. Well, they do. And again, I mean, seems harmless, but nobody's playing there. It's so routine if you don't put the shift on.
He gets it, and we'll get another pitching change.
times. Orioles saw him earlier in the year, so he's been up and down all year long. Numbers are high, obviously, when you look at the batting averages, home runs. So again, a guy, first-round guy back in 2013, and as we saw with Alvarado, even though Alvarado did not come in the draft, worked his way up, starter early on, and then the last year or so, strictly out of the bullpen.
So he comes on with 2 down and 2 on, and Manny Machado coming to the plate. Manny's had a couple of singles, 2 for 4, scored a run. Trey Mancini, with a 14-game hit streak now, is tied for the second longest by a rookie in Orioles history. Stanek's delivery outside. I saw something I've always wanted. Buck Showalter keeps that little book down there. 3 or 4 pitches ago, a ball delivered by Alvarado ended up coming over to the bat boy by the Oriole dugout. Buck said, "Give me the ball." He looked at it, then he gave it to John, the bench coach. Then he went back and got his book and he made a note. And my guess is he noted that Alvarado was throwing a scuffed baseball.
Well, good for him.
He keeps all those little notes over there, and he called for the ball and looked at it and then showed John, and then see, like he did just right there, same thing.
Well, the rule when I first came up was that you couldn't scuff the ball, and then because guys did do it, the rule became you can't even throw a scuff ball. Yeah. Now I don't think, like we talked last night.
I'm guessing on that.
Yeah, I mean, the ball may have scuffed. It could have hit the ground. Yeah.
Ball popped up in the air, high sky, center field. Kiermaier's able to find it, and he will put it away. So the rule is, if you're going to throw a ball out, throw it over to your dugout, not the opponent dugout, or you may end up a note in Buck Showalter's notebook. Baseball on MASN is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. So the Orioles, after 3 more outs, as we go to the 9th inning, Orioles leading at 9-4 after their 75th win of the year. And for J.J. Hardy, emotional, productive afternoon. A couple of RBIs, home run. Said 2 for 4 days, scored 2 runs.
Well, yeah, everybody, Becky, never want anybody to get hurt, but the little strained hamstring gets him in the lineup. Archer helps with a hanging slider. He hits it out, gives the Orioles the lead, gets another one, hits another base hit, makes all the plays. Ho-hum.
Ho-hum.
Just another J.J. Hardy day.
Malek Smith 0 for 3. No bat here in the 9th inning against O'Day. He got the 3 hitters out he faced in the last inning. That one will be fouled off.
Well, you can just see from Darren O'Day, who would turn 35 in October, the quality of the pitches, and he came back probably a little bit quicker than he needed to. Britton had been hurt, so you want to come back. Last year he had all kinds of problems, shoulder and hamstring. First year of his 4-year deal. So, and now all of a sudden it's just kind of it's comfortable because he's usually going to make his pitches. And they could be a variety of them. You never really know what he's going to do. He moves it around. Doesn't mean you don't make mistakes, because that's what happens when you pitch. But consistency. A guy you can rely on. That's what he's done ever since he's come to the Orioles.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Smith. And the pitch will be taken up high. Robertson and then Kiermaier at the top of the order. So the Orioles with a victory here will again knot this series at 8-8 with the 3 left to be played in Tampa Bay. 2 ball, 1 strike count, and timeout asked for at the plate. 23,424 the final crowd here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards this year. 23,424. Orioles going over the 2 million mark in the ball game last night. Big 42,000 plus. O'Day's delivery is outside. Darren will fall behind on the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Have not scored. Tampa Bay, second inning. Home run Sucre. That's their last run. Orioles 4 in the first inning. 2 more in the 4th. Another in the 7th. 2 in the 6th. They spread out the runs today. Got that one in. Jonathan Scope. And no chance for a recovery.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the ball's hit hard. You're there. Usually he makes that play. Not an easy play by any matter because you got a range and it hits hard. And also the transfer of when the ball leaves the dirt and comes out of the grass. And Smith can run. But again, I mean, I think if they look back at that, because he always catches this ball, will probably be scored at error. Certainly not an easy play because of the speed factor either.
Bounced away from him. He thought he was going to have time to recover, but the ball got too far away. So Smith on at first. Here is Robertson. Robertson 2 strikeouts and he is grounded out. The pitch will be taken for a strike. Error allowing the leadoff man to reach here in the 9th inning. Daniel Robertson to be followed by Kiermaier. Similar situation to the ball game last night. Only fewer runs need to be picked up here. 0-1 delivery. And that'll be taken away.
Yeah, 9-1 when the Orioles came to bat last night, and they made it interesting.
Darren O'Day with a 1-1. Orioles looking for a ground ball here to wrap it up. That ball will be slowly hit. That'll be O'Day. Makes the throw off the mark. No, Davis able to get it.
Well,
Chris
nice
on
play.
the stretch held the bag.
Well, you know, the one thing about Darren O'Day, we talked about, I mean, 35's not old. He's only 34 now. I mean, he leaps off the mound. He's out early every day, very well conditioned. And then the key to this play is how do you pick that ball up? You know, you pick it off your right foot, so you don't have to take an extra step. And then again, this is something you work on spring training. And can you do it when it matters? The answer is yes. And you're looking for outs with a 5-run lead.
So 1 down. Kiermaier at the top of the order. The home run on the first pitch of the ball game to give Tampa Bay that early lead. He's had a 1 for 4. Runner on at second base. 1 down. And Smith the runner. Orioles are not going to hold him. It's about getting the batter now, and the pitch is going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah, I think
Kiermaier 2 for 5 off O'Day.
I don't think Smith, who started the series trying to, after a loss in the twilight double, is going to try to steal third, 5 runs down. But you know, my point was going to be, I don't think you ever, when you have a quick runner on, you know, maybe this, even with 1 or 2 outs with this kind of lead, you're worried about holding them on. You're just worried about getting another 2 outs.
Red Brock just in case. Here's O'Day 1-1, and
well, that was
that one from hitting you in the neck.
That was the helicopter slider, and again, he didn't see it very well. You know, you are from shade through the sunlight, and there's that slider, and right there, he's trying to hold up, I think, or maybe he's just trying to hit a looping single. It got right up on the pine tar.
So Kiermaier down on the count here, ball and 2 strikes. One down, runner off second. O'Day's delivery, and that'll be up further all the way to the backstop. Ricochets, runner will go to third. Chance Cisco trying to stand up and catch that and just.
Oh, probably
sailed.
a pass ball. Yeah, I bet again. I mean, that's why you know, we've seen Hayes playing right, young catcher. You got to catch all your guys. He's trying to go up the ladder, and it's a little bit high. It certainly should have been caught. And again, he'll know that. You know, he's got to react a little bit quicker. Just gets off the edge of his glove. Either way, whether it's a pass ball or wild pitch, they get the runner at third.
Pass ball is the call on it, and Kiermaier will swing and foul that one back. I got a piece of Cisco on the way to the brick wall. Got a big piece of him. So a 2-ball 2-strike count. Cisco first start behind the plate, at the plate. First home run in this ballpark, second of his career. And a 2-ball 2-strike count now with a runner at third base. Kiermaier pops that one back. Count will stay at 2-2. Darren having to throw some pitches here. Off day tomorrow. You have a rest of this bullpen so heavily used before going into Pittsburgh. 2-2, 1 down. And comes in on him and gets him.
Yeah, similar to the one that he checks swung early in the count and was able to foul it off. This time, I mean, it just keeps coming. You know, you think it's gonna be there, and it ends up here. And you know, again, just this is what he does. He commands the ball 4 quadrants of the plate about as well as anybody, and he does it all under 88 miles per hour.
So 1 more out needed to wrap up a win here. Duda, a base hit, 1 for 4. Michael Gibbons is going to get the win in this ball game in relief. He will be 8-1. He worked an inning and 2/3, 2 strikeouts, gave nothing up. Chris Archer will take the loss, 9-12 on the year. Won't be any save. Oriole bullpen, though, great job. They have not surrendered a run since coming on in the 5th inning. Hart, Gibbons, Blyer, now O'Day.
Yeah, dude, last time just you know, haven't seen him do it. Mostly pull mode here, but just single to left field. Just trying to go on the belt high side of the strike zone, get him to chase, and he doesn't.
Archer gave up 6 runs, 5 earned in the game. Correa gave up 2 earned runs. Who gave up an earned run. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Orioles a 2-homer day today, with Hardy and Cisco getting him. Pop back, and that will be out of play. So O'Day looking for the finish.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, never really seen much of Lucas Duda in the highlights. You know, all the home runs he hit for the Mets. But he reminds me of one of my teammates, but a guy that hit 46 home runs for the Orioles, Jim Gentile. Big swing, gets the bat going. When he hits them, they go a long way.
Fans up wanting to see the Orioles finish with a W here at home. 1-2 pitch on the way. Another one, silo shot. Cisco gets rid of the mask and makes the catch. So the Orioles will wrap it up at home with a win. No runs, no hits, an error, a base runner left on here in the 9th inning. And the Orioles have a 9-4 victory over Tampa Bay. That'll make it 8-8 on the year against them. They'll have 3 more to play against these Rays to finish out the year next weekend in St. Petersburg.